evening, everyone. Hope we're doing well today. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Andy, welcome to the chat, dudes. Welcome to the chats. Sam, welcome, dudes. Yeah, I heard that as well. Yeah, I think it is still an unconfirmed report on the AN224 there, but yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty sad nevertheless. Hassan, welcome to the chats. What is going on in the world? Yeah, mate. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up what's going on right now in the Ukraine. Not going to dwell on that too much in the stream today. Obviously, sending much love out to anyone in the Ukraine suffering and anyone that has any relatives or friends affected by the situation over there. But like I say, don't want to dwell on that too much in the stream today. Obviously, it is affecting the aviation industry and the world in a very big way. And obviously, like I say, much love going out to anyone affected. But we're going to try and sort of pull away from that in this stream, you know, and try and sort of stick with the positive vibes here and just have a good time and sort of, you know, just enjoy a moment of peace. And just try and really just detach a little bit from all of the hysteria and everything that's going on in the news and the world. So, yeah, I hope we're all doing well. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome. Pilot Fisk, welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're doing well. Asa, good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well, brother. Good to see you as always. Rox, welcome to the chat. Hello. Yes, I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, so welcome to the stream. Commentator, welcome. Good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome. But yes, Asa, yeah, thank you very much for that. Yeah, don't want to get too political in the stream, but like I say, you know, much love going out to anyone affected by the issues there. And yeah, it's pretty fucked up, but you know, I'm remaining optimistic that we can get some resolve in this situation, and Putin decides to, you know, I don't even know what he's doing. I'm not going to go any further with it anyway. Lander Lakes, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, everybody. Hope we're all doing well today. Today's stream, we're going to be flying in New Zealand once again. We're going to be doing one of my favourite routes that we've flown in the sim, and one of my favourite approaches in the world, really. And we're going to be flying from Auckland to to Queenstown, domestic route in New Zealand, and it is based on a real-world flight, New Zealand 635, which is actually flown by a CEO A320. We covered this all last time, but we don't have that just yet. Hopefully when the Phoenix comes out, we can do it one for one, and it'll be super nice. And yeah, it should be really cool. So if you guys remember last time we flew into Queenstown and we did the circling procedure, I mean, we did it okay, but it was like, I was like 6 miles away from the airport, and then I realized that I actually had to do a circling procedure. So it was all a little bit rushed and a little bit chaotic. And I have been, you know, studying the charts and looking into how this is actually flown for this particular stream. So hopefully it should be a little bit more of a well-prepared approach this time, and we should have a nice soft landing for our passengers, which I'm looking forward to doing. Obviously, I'll do a full brief with you guys as we move through the stream today. But it should be really cool. Flying out of Auckland, which is the scenery by Flightbeam, as you can see right here, looking absolutely stunning in the sunrise here in Auckland. We're flying with live weather and live time. We have multiplayer on as well, so if you do want to join along the flight today, you can join up as well on multiplayer. And I'm on live players and the North Europe server. So if you want to join along, please do feel free. It should be really stunning. All I would ask is that obviously, you know, we try and operate a little bit like a commercial operation. So, you know, if you're going to fly a fighter jet, at least, you know, try and keep your distance away from the bigger, slower planes and things like that. So yeah, I would recommend personally, if you're going to fly along, fly the A320neo. It is a challenging approach, but I am going to try and sort of guide you guys step by step of the way, and hopefully you guys will be able to nail the approach as well. Well, hopefully I'll be able to nail the approach, but you know, hopefully you guys could join along and enjoy the challenging and very, very interesting approach for an airliner into this very small airfield surrounded by high terrain in all sectors. So yeah, if you want to join along, please do feel free, and it should be a lot of fun. Obviously we're not playing on VATSIM because we've got multiplayer on today, but nevertheless it should be very, very fun. Unfortunately, the thing is with flying in New Zealand is generally there isn't a lot of ATC on. I imagine the ATC comes on, you know, at times whereby, you know, I just don't fly because probably mostly people from New Zealand or Australia control that airspace on VATSIM, and, you know, their time zone is just so far ahead of where I am. Lil Pop, welcome to the chat. I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, how are you doing? DK, welcome to your chat. Hope you're doing well. Good evening. Beautiful. Looking forward to the flight, says Lil Pop. Yeah, so am I. So am I. But yes, commentator, no VATSIM today because for the reasons I mentioned. Like I say, you don't really tend to get a lot of controllers on in the New Zealand airspace. So if we can very quickly bring up Sim Aware, and I just pop that over here, you can just see there that, yeah, nothing going on at the moment over there in terms of other controllers. We've obviously got some people flying on VATSIM here at Auckland, but nevertheless, it's much better when we have controllers. So we're just going to do multiplayer today and have a bit of a group flight situation, if anyone joins along, that is. We do have the New Zealand mesh installed as well, so that does tend to add a little bit more definition to the mountains, although I will admit, not that much. Let's see. Andy says, oh yeah, Andy said we were talking about your A32NX. So, yeah, like I say, Andy, you want to just make sure you're on the latest version from the fly-by-wire launcher there, and it should work fine. I mean, obviously we use it on stream almost majority of the streams, and we never really run into too many issues. And especially no issues that you've described there. So might be worth just checking that you've got the latest version and that you're not running the old marketplace version as well, because that is no longer supported for the sim. We're on the North Europe server, Andy, and we are on live players as well. Make sure you click live players, otherwise you won't be able to see us, because we're running live weather, live time, and live players. All right, great stuff. So let's get started then. So let's jump right into the flight deck here. I've already prepared the flight plan and all of the charts really. Our pilot monitoring today is going to be our captain. He has already come in and set up the aircraft and run through all of the tests. So really all we need to do as the pilot flying now is just enter in our flight plan information and check through that and brief the captain with it here. And obviously we need to get some passengers on board. We're going to be using self-loading cargo today, so let's get that set up real quick. Our departure time is 7:15, so in about 25 minutes time. And let's see what we've got here. So I've actually turned all the sounds off for self-loading cargo in terms of the passenger ambience and stuff. Just because I want to kind of see what the fly-by-wire team have added. I know we heard that in the last stream roughly, but yeah, I'm just intrigued to see what is there. So we shall go ahead and we'll go ahead and start the flight here on self-loading cargo. And we're not gonna say ready for boarding just yet, and we'll just let the passengers sit at the gate for now. So let's go ahead and just first of all, actually, what I want to do is let's go ahead and just put the boarding time to real. Now, I'm not sure what the interval is on the passengers boarding on the real one, but we're going to check that out today and see how it works for us. What I think I'll try and do as well is I'll start the boarding on self-loading cargo at the same time, and maybe we can compare how it matches up in terms of the time taken. But first of all, we shall get some fuel for this flight. The block fuel for today is going to be 7614. So let's get that loaded in. So 7614, and we'll start the refueling process there. Then we'll come back down to the MCDU here, and we'll bring in our flight plan. We'll bring that in from SimBrief. So we're going to be Air New Zealand 635, departing from Auckland to Queenstown, and the estimated time en route is going to be 1 hour and 39 minutes. What we'll also do is the weight and balance. Now, I'm not sure if we want to start this just yet. We'll start it in about 10 minutes, I think. So we'll leave that as it is for now, and we'll jump back to the aircraft status page, and we'll just check that the nav data is current and in date, which it is. We'll then come down to the iniScene page, and we'll bring in our flight plan information. Hey, Stephen, thank you very much for the 200 stars, dude. Very generous of you. Thank you very much, as ever, for your support. Much appreciated. Thank you so much, dude. Marta as well, thank you very much for the follow on Facebook. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so we've got our flight plan information here from from Auckland to Queenstown. Alternate is Christchurch. And our flight number is Air New Zealand 635, cost index of 45. I did actually look up the cost index for Air New Zealand. All I could find was the cost index they use for their Boeing 767s. I imagine they probably use a slightly lower cost index for an A320, but we're going to go with cost index 45. But nevertheless, I'm not actually sure that the cost index actually simulates anything at the moment in the A32NX. Cruising flight level is flight level 320. And the tropopause is looking at 39,960 feet. So let's go ahead and set up the flight plan. So we are going to be expecting a departure off runway 05 right. And the SID we're going to be using is the Polis to Quebec with the Carl transition. So let's go ahead and put that in. So we've got Polis to Quebec, and we're going to be using Carl as the transition. So we'll insert that and have a look through. We've got a discontinuity because we already had Carl on our flight plan, so we'll go ahead and delete that along with the disco. And then we're going to come down and put in our expected arrival information for Queenstown. Now, I had a quick look on Flight Radar 24 just before the stream here, and it looks like they are using runway 05 for departures at the moment. Now, obviously it's very early in the morning here in New Zealand, so I haven't seen any aircraft arriving yet, but one would assume they're using 05 for arrivals as well. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and put that in. So 05, and we're expecting the LRUV 2 Alpha arrival. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to do the VOR approach. I know last time we did the RNAV approach, but I'm just intrigued to try this VOR approach out. I'm intrigued to see how the A32NX deals with DME arcs, which I haven't really tried out since they added that as a feature. So we're going to do the VOR approach Charlie for this arrival, and okay, that's not bringing up a star, so we might actually need to do a different approach. That's unfortunate. Okay, all right, let's just have a quick look. I'm just cross-checking the charts here. Now, I suppose we could fly direct from our final fix, which is LRUV, and we could fly direct towards the DME arc, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it would be done necessarily due to the terrain. So, okay, maybe we'll have to do the RNAV approach then. I'm not sure why it's not bringing up a star here, but possibly I'm overlooking something. Maybe we can choose a different approach. So let's just remove that, and we'll try the VOR Bravo. Let's see if that actually has any difference there. It doesn't. It may just be because it's runway unspecified, potentially. Let's see what happens if I press the RNAV Foxtrots. Yes, it is. Okay, so that is unfortunate that it does that. Not sure if that is entirely accurate or not, but what we want is the LRUV2 Alpha arrival nevertheless. So what we'll try and do then is, let me just see here. Okay, so we're actually firing through this pretty quick. So let's say ready for boarding here, and we'll start getting the passengers on board. So we'll start the boarding. Now, I'm not sure, like I say, how long this actually takes with the fly-by-wire. I do remember it seemed to be taking a fairly long amount of time. It seems to be definitely going slower than self-loading cargo, but we'll see what happens. How's the refueling going? It's done, so let's get the seatbelt signs on. Right, I'm actually going to just turn down the music volume as well, because I kind of want to hear what's going on with the sim. So we do have some ambient sounds there. Let's have a look what it sounds like in the cabin. Oh, very good. I assume you guys can hear that pretty well. Very good. I like how it changes the volume of it depending on where you are in the aircraft as well. That is a very nice little touch. So in terms of the arrival then, let's go back here and see if we can work this out. Which approach did I choose last time? I'm sure. So we've got the 2 RNAV approaches. Now, if I look at the charts, unfortunately, we only have 1 RNAV approach per runway, which is a bit strange, actually. Now, the RNAV Zulu, they are both for Category B aircraft. Now, we're a Category C aircraft, so we can't really use those. Can't remember what we did last time, guys, to be quite honest. Which one is this RNAV Yankee? So let's press that. RNAV Yankee. Okay, so let's see what that actually puts in here. So, okay, so it starts at LRUV. Sorry, LRUV is on our flight plan, and then we've got Obumo, and then Quebec November 555 550 545. I'll bring the charts up actually on screen here, so you guys can actually sort of follow along with what I'm doing here. Okay, cool. So let's have a look at the charts again then. So you'll see what I mean here, how we've only got these 2 RNAV approaches. And this approach we can't do, because if you look down here in the minimums, we've got Category B here, and there's only minimums provided for Category B aircraft, so we can't actually use that one. Now, we pressed RNAV Yankee. Now, I'm going to see which one of these it matches up to, if any. So it's not that one. It's not that one. It could be this one, but it's not. Interesting. Interesting. Now, I'm sure it didn't do this last time when it had runway unspecified. So, right then. Right. Let me make this window a bit bigger. So that's the arrival we're going to be doing here, which is what we've done before. Now, yeah, I'm a little bit stumped by this. I wanted to do this approach, but if we press VOR Charlie, no stars. Does it give us a via? It does, but that's still not going to work for us there. Now we've got Delta 3140, which is up here, which could be useful, but it still doesn't let us select a star, which is just strange. Yeah, I'm a little bit stumped by this chat, I'm not going to lie, because I'm pretty sure it didn't do this to us last time. However, let's go ahead then. We'll put in VOR Charlie, we'll put via Delta 3140, we'll insert that. So that's going to take us from LRUV to Delta 3140 and then onto the approach here. So we'll put that in for now. And now I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and manually put in these fixes right here, because this might have been what we did last time, in fact. So we'll put in EKVox or EKVox underneath LRUV. So we'll put that here. Beautiful. And then we'll put in Caslu underneath that. Then we'll put Mabga underneath that one. And then we'll put Gosper underneath that. That's going to be this one. And then finally we'll put in Avga and a Babu. Now we might not need a Babu actually, because that it might be overlapping a little bit. I think this fix is somewhere around this area right here, so it may be that we just leave that off. Let's see how that looks on the ND then. Oh, that's looking a bit strange. Okay, that looks a bit better now. Let's just see how it looks when we scroll through it here. So, oh, it's changing as we speak. Interesting. Right, so LRUV, EKVox, Caslu, Mabga, Gosper, and then Avga, and then this is the DME arc here, isn't it? So let's just check this. Okay, Delta 3140 is in a totally different place than what I thought it would be. So what we'll do actually is we'll remove that and the disco. Let's see if that neatens it up. That does neaten it up a bit, and it looks a little bit more realistic. We've still got a bit of a funny line going on here, but that might resolve itself as we get closer. Let's just make sure these fixes are in the correct order as well. So from Delta 2370 we go to Avton, and then center fix for 032. Okay, yeah, so that does make sense. We're not actually gonna fly that path, I don't think. I think it's just gonna, it should turn in like this. So that's fine. Yeah, I think that can work for us. I think we'll give that a try and see if that fixes things. Okay, cool. Great stuff. So we'll close that off, and in fact, no, we won't close it off just yet. We'll go ahead and look at our departure real quick. So this is an RNAV departure. There aren't really any ground-based nav aids we can tune for the departure, so we're going to leave the Navrad page blank. And then what we're going to do for the weight, passengers are still boarding here by the sound of things, so we are going to go and just get our figures from here. So we're going to have in fact, can we do this yet? Zero fuel weight CG is not something I have any idea on how to calculate that, so let's just see how it's going. Zero fuel weight CG is 40.5 currently. Maybe I should have taken that figure first before I actually started the loading. Yeah, I probably should have done that really, shouldn't I? In fact, let's see what it does. So 40.1, 39.9. Is that going to be the final figure? 54.4. No, it's not. Okay. Final figure should be 60.4. Alright. Fine. We wait then until we do our init B page. 7.6 tons on the block fuel. And we'll leave that blank for now. And we'll do the perf page in a little bit as well once we've finished everything else up here. Alright, great stuff. So that's not too bad, is it? Pretty much set up there. We'll flick the VORs off here because we don't need those for departure. What we'll also do is we'll check our chart here and just see what the initial cleared altitude is. There isn't actually one noted on here by the looks of things. There is not. Okay, great stuff. So we've got a right turn. Actually, we're doing the Polis to Quebec, which has, yeah, no restrictions there in terms of the upper altitude. So, I mean, we might as well just put in our cruising flight level then. So that's going to be flight level 320. We'll assume that we've been cleared up there. In fact, no, we'll just put 7,000. That seems sensible for an initial clearance. We probably can get the clearance actually from the charts maybe. Let's have a look. So if we look on here and we go down to arrivals and departures, I'll just give this a quick scan. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything on there in terms of standard initial clearance. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and put, like I say, we'll put 7,000 because that seems sensible. Alright, cool, cool. So, we're still boarding here. Make sure the QNH is correct, which it is. 1025. And we'll go ahead and do a... we'll do a departure briefing. Not doing it B page until fuel and passengers loaded. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not used to having it load the passengers like this. I usually just do it instantly because it does take quite a while on the with the fly-by-wire. Let's see where we're at here. So there you go, you heard the beep. That means self-loading cargo is finished doing the boarding. But yet we have still about 20 to go on the fly-by-wire. Okay, cool. Let's do a briefing then whilst we still have the chance. Okay, cool guys. So we're here at Auckland, New Zealand. Let's see what we've got. So nothing here that's going to be too much use to us because we're not flying on VATSIM. But as you can see, we're here at the domestic terminal just by the tower. And we'll have a look at where we're parked. So we're parked here at stand 30. And what we can expect for a taxi clearance, most likely we're departing 05 right. So we can expect to push back facing to the west here. And we'll push back. And then we will begin our taxi down Taxiway Bravo, which is about here. can't actually decide where the taxiway is there. It doesn't actually have a line for it, does it? So let's go back over here. So we'll push back and we'll come down taxiway Bravo. We might as well just follow Bravo all the way down to Mike. We'll take a left turn on through Mike and on to Alpha. Then we'll follow Alpha down to Alpha 10 and join the runway at Alpha 10. So fairly straightforward taxi here. Oh, there we go. We've got boarding completed. Great stuff. Let's go ahead and get the doors closed. Great stuff. I'll also start the APU now as well. Sorry guys, you couldn't see what I was doing there. So we'll start the APU now. So APU is starting up. Go ahead and turn the fuel pumps on now as well. And what we'll also do is we'll finish our init B page. We'll continue
from the flight deck. On behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer and
it's
cabin
V1
crew,
simulations. Let's go, buddy. All right, so we'll start with this. We'll get a zero fuel weight and zero fuel weight CG in.
Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a
For the flight today, we can expect a headwind of 43 knots, so not too great on the headwind there.
We do appreciate your business.
And we'll come to the perf page and we'll fill this out as well.
Welcome aboard.
Alright, so our CG is 24.6, so let's go ahead and just stick in the trim value here, which is going to be possibly about there. And then we'll go to the flight controls page and just check that's 0.6 up. So we'll go for flaps 1 and up 0.6 there. We'll flex to 55, and that's going to give us some V speeds. 135, 136, and 140. Great stuff. Okie dokie. I think the APU is available now. It is indeed. Let's start the chrono for the warm-up time. And we'll continue on with the brief here. We've got about 4 minutes until we can push back, or until we are due to depart. But we will get the tug connected.
This is ground. Stand by.
So let's continue on with our briefing. So we've briefed the taxi. All we need to do now is just brief the departure. So we're going to be using the Polis to Quebec departure from runway 05 right here at Auckland. And we're going to be departing on the 051 track out to MRAG, right turn 141 track to Polis, max 250 knots until turn complete. So we'll check that that is in the MCDU sensibly.
Sir, the bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
And then once we reach Polis, we're going to take another right turn for our
Parking brake set, lifting the aircraft.
To depart onto the transition. So that is going to involve taking the 195 track out to Limes.
Standing by for pushback.
And the 174 track out to Carl. So fairly self-explanatory departure, pretty straightforward. Transition altitude 13,000 feet and the airport elevation 23 feet there. So that is the departure briefing. Let's go ahead and start getting things ready to go then, as we are pretty much good to go. So we'll just check the transition altitude is in there, which it is. And I did just want to double check as well the 250 knot restriction, which is also in there. So that is good for the departure then. So let's go ahead. Let's see how we're doing. Still got about a minute for the APU to warm up there. Wow, I've timed this so down to the line here. So let's do before start down to the line checklist. So the cockpit prep is complete. Fuel message sent, gear pins and covers are removed. Signs are on an auto. Adheres are in nav. The fuel quantity is going to be 7.6 tons. Takeoff data is set and the bar ref is set to 1025. And that is set on both sides. Down to the line checklist is complete. Alright. Cool. So we might as well continue and do our before start checklist. So we'll go ahead and turn the beacon light on now. And we'll lock the cockpit door here. So before start, below the line, windows and doors are closed. Beacon light is on. We just did that. Thrust levers are idle. Parking brake is currently set. Before start checklist is complete. Let's do this thing, guys.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and start the
Cleared for
APU
start and
bleeds.
push. Parking brake set.
Disconnect the external power now.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brake is released. We'll start the
Parking brakes
timer
are
here.
released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Keep your seatbelt back and low and tight across your lap, even with the seatbelt binders off and have it.
Okay, so engine 1 starts. So engine mode selected to ignition starts. Sorry, engine 2 starts.
Remove the vest and pull it over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist. Secure the buckle.
And we're off, guys. Right on time. My god, I timed that so freaking perfectly. I'm actually astounded at myself for that.
Turn on automatically in water, and remember, never place your vest inside the aircraft.
I'm just going to go for a straight push here, I think, because there is room there to push back a little bit. And then we'll just take a left turn. Just give it a bit of... Oh, shit. My rudder pedals... It always messes up when I use the rudder pedals with this add-on. Right, there we go.
Change in cabin pressure for oxygen mask will drop from overhead. Firmly pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, pull the elastic bands around your head, and tighten use the straps on both sides. Even though the bag may not inflate, oxygen will be flowing. Be sure to put your mask on first before helping others, and we'll let you know when it's no longer needed.
Okay, engine 2 is availed. Stop the chrono there, and we'll go for engine 1 starts.
Tampering with disabling or destroying smoke detectors and expert starships is a federal offense and could result in a fine.
Stop the pushback there.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Don't
Parking brake is set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
There's a reading light above your seat.
Ground. You may
Oh, the
disconnect.
chrono didn't start. Never mind.
Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Yeah, I'm aware that you can speed up the boarding of the passengers. It's just I wanted to try it a bit different today, just to hear the sounds, because we haven't really explored those yet. The sounds are so good on the fly-by-wire. It's ridiculous. Can't believe it's free. All right. Engine 1 is available. Let's put the engine mode selected to norm then. We'll turn the transponder on as well now. Go ahead and turn the APU bleed off and the APU master. Alright, all looking good. Nice and warm here in Auckland, so I don't need to worry too much about anti-ice today. Let's go ahead and do the after start checklist. So, anti-ice is off. ECAM status is checked. Pitch trim is set to 0.6 up, and rudder trim is 0. So that is the after start checklist complete. And before we get underway here, let's do a flight controls check. So we'll do full left. Let's see, can we do this? No, we can't. Can we do this? Full right and neutral. Trying to get all fancy with the cameras here, forgetting all my controls. Full up on the elevator, full down and neutral, full left on the rudder, full right and back to neutral. Okay, great stuff. Let's set auto brake to max, turn the taxi lights on, and we'll get underway. So releasing the parking brake. Set flaps to 1+F. And we'll get underway here. Okay, great stuff. Alright, it's not too long of a taxi here, so let's do the before takeoff down to the line. So, flight controls are checked, flight instruments are checked, briefing is confirmed, flap setting is config 1+F. V-speeds 3, 5, 3, 6 and 4, 0 for today, and they are set on both sides. Transponder is set, and the ECA memo will give the cabin a quick bing here.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
We'll do a takeoff config test. So, ECA memo is takeoff no blue. Down to the line is complete. Okay, not going to get too crazy with the taxi speeds here because we got told off by the passengers last time. Absolutely fantastic scenery here at Auckland. This is Auckland by Flightbeam. Very, very good scenery. In fact, let me just go ahead and let me just unassign one of my controls here because it's absolutely doing my head in. So I had it last stream and I completely forgot about it. So I'll just sort that out very quickly. And where are we here? So it's this one. Let's remove and save. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, we can get the predictive wind shear on now and the weather radar. We'll get the TCAS to TARA as well. And we're going to continue on down here on Alpha. Sorry, this is Bravo, isn't it? I'm being corrected there by the sign. Such a good scenery here. It's so good, man. So good. Okie dokie. Very nice. Very nice. Very good, very good. Very good, very nice. Alright, coming to the end of the taxiway here. Let's just slow down a bit. I'm going to take a left onto, I think it was Mike, wasn't it? Let's see. It was indeed Mike there. So Mike coming round here to the left and then a right onto Alpha. Alright guys, I'll catch up with the chat once we get underway a little bit here, and yeah, we'll have a nice chat once we get underway. This is a bit of a longer flight than usual, so we're going to have a bit of time here to do some chin wagging. Sasha, welcome to the chat, by the way. I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, how are you doing as well? Clem, no worries at all, dude. No worries, don't need to apologise at all. Oh, bit heavy on the brakes. It seems like the sensitivity on the brakes is a bit more. I feel like it's increased from what it used to be. In fact, let's just change that real quick. Why not? So let's go to my rudder pedals, which are connected to my TCA, and got the brake sensitivity here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do a bit of that, I think. Go to about 70%, and then we'll slide this along so it's even gentler. There we go. Right, let's try that out. Seems a bit better, but you can still feel it kicking in. Love the passenger ambience there in the back. That's so cool. Alright, chat. Let's do this thing. Andy, sorry I missed your messages. You should have seen as I was setting up there the gate and the altitude. Stephen, yeah, good evening to you as well. I'm doing very well. Yeah, thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well also. Welcome, guys. Scenery looks stunning. Yeah, this has got to be one of the best airport sceneries for the sim. If you've not checked this out and you've not got it, highly recommend checking it out. It's Auckland by Flightbeam. It's very good. Okay, so we're going to enter the runway now. So let's do the below the line for the before takeoff checklist. After we make this turn, of course. And we'll slow down a bit as well. Okay, so we'll get the strobe lights on. And the landing lights as well. And the takeoff lights will assume we've been cleared for takeoff. So, takeoff runway 05 right? It is indeed. Confirmed. Cabin crew advised TCAS TARA. Engine mode selector is norm. Packs are on. Before takeoff checklist is complete. And we'll just go ahead and do a bit of a rolling start here because we're all good to go. So, side sticks come in half forwards, throttles up to 50%. They are stabilized. Let's go. Manflex 55 SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Knots. V1 rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Beautiful. Okay, and we've got nav. Coming up to the acceleration altitude here. Lever climb, thrust climb, climb auto thrust. Bringing the nose down. AP2. And we'll go ahead and turn the nose lights off now. Not sure if I actually turned that off there. There we go. Okay, coming up to the S speed and accelerating. So, flap selected 0, speeds checked. Okay, we're climbing out nicely. This turn here, we need to make sure we do not exceed 250 knots. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to pretend we're now cleared up to our cruising flight level of flight level 320. So we're going to head and wind that in. 320 is set, 32,000 blue. And we'll also set standard because we're cleared up to a flight level. So we'll set standard. So we've now got flight level 320 blue. And as we said earlier, 250 knots in this turn. So if we do start to reach flight level 100, before we get to the turn, we're going to pull the speed to 250 knots to make sure we don't exceed that. Okie dokie, looking good, looking good. We're coming in with that right turn. Look at that, looks so good. Jeez Louise, Microsoft. And the restriction was actually at Polis here, 250 knots. So yeah, a bit later on than what I actually thought, but we're still going to have to pull the speed if we get to 10,000 feet. The minimum altitude at Polis is 5,000 feet, so we're well above that, so no issues there at all. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the speed now. Beautiful. I'll move the camera for you guys. Look at that. Roll spoilers coming up there. Love to see it. Okie dokie. I'm going to leave the seatbelt signs on for now, just until we've completed this final turn here. Yes, if you guys may remember, if we look back at the chart here, max 250 knots until turn complete. So we are going to adhere to that. Even though it's quite a gentle turn, but you know, it's on the chart. We've got no ATC on, so we might as well add some complexity in for us. So here we go, we're taking that right turn now. Bit of wing flex. Beautiful, look at that. Absolutely stunning. Okie dokie. Coming through the turn and leveling off. Okay, let's go to manage speeds. So 290 knots for the rest of the climb here. We'll turn the seatbelt signs off and the landing lights. That is our departure complete, more or less. Disarm the ground spoilers as well here. Did I forget anything? I didn't forget anything, guys. What the dickens? After takeoff checklist, landing gear is up, flaps are retracted, packs are on. Bar sets to standard both sides. After takeoff checklist complete. Great stuff. And we're getting nice buttery smooth frames at this point as well. Love to see it. Very good. Very good indeed. Very, very good. Alright. I'm going to turn the sim volume down now. It has gotten a bit loud. Great stuff, guys. How did you like that departure? That was pretty nice. That was pretty nice. Liking the, you know, throwing in a few camera angles here and there that I've not really done before. I quite enjoyed that. I'm not going to lie. All right, chat. How are we doing? How are we doing today? How's your Sunday been so far? Sasha asking, can I be a mod, please? Well, considering I've not seen you in the chat before, to be honest, I'm going to say no. Nothing against you, but, you know, I mean, we've been through this in previous streams. People get modded if they're, you know, regulars on the channel and I can trust them, basically. You know, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I'm not saying you're not a trustworthy person, but obviously you need to build that rapport before you can become a mod on the channel. Alright, how are we doing, guys? I haven't seen, unfortunately, anyone flying along with us. I don't know if that's an issue on my end or what, but if you've joined and you're flying along, do let me know. Do let me know. Or maybe I'm just a loner and nobody actually likes me. Clem says, did I hear the sad news of the AN225? I did, yeah. I mean, it's unconfirmed yet, I believe. I think it's an unconfirmed report. But yes, I did hear that, and it is quite sad, yes. Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but I think there's a much bigger issue going on there than just a plane. Obviously, it's a pretty legendary plane, but nevertheless, there's quite a bit more going on there. But yeah, quite sad if that is true. Quite sad indeed. Lil Pop says scenery looks stunning. It certainly does. Yeah, that was a super scenic departure, wasn't it? Very, very cool. Something about New Zealand, it just looks great in the sim, doesn't it? Patrick, welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Patrick went and took care of a few errands this morning, then came home and fell asleep on your computer chair. Very good. I can relate to that. I can relate to that, certainly. Wayne, welcome to the chat. Oi, oi, oi. I'm doing very well, mate. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, Wayne? Roblox Gaming, welcome to the chat, dude. Hope you're doing well. It's Marcel, welcome to the chat also. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. My game won't allow me to use online mode for some reason. I can't figure out why. Interesting. So what I would first check is just go into your options menu, go to your data page, and just make sure you've got all of these turned on right here. Everything here needs to be turned on for the multiplayer. Well, mostly the multiplayer one, obviously, but yeah, just check that menu and see if that fixes your issue. Obviously, make sure that you're signed in as well on Xbox and whatnot. Although, having said that, I don't think it will let you actually launch the sim if you're not signed in, so that's probably a step you can skip, actually. Nice cabin ambience. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I'm quite enjoying that from the fly-by-wire. It's quite nice. A few little, you know, voices here and there. Very, very cool. Mariner says, am I doing the return? I'm not sure, Mariner. I'm not sure. It depends how long this one takes, actually, because we have got a bit of a headwind here, so it might take maybe a bit too long here. So, yeah, let's see, actually, what our ETA is. So, oh, you know what? I did forget one thing, didn't I? I forgot the chrono on takeoff. I knew there was something. Always forget that. So our ETA is at 21:05 Zulu, which is in 1 hour and 25 minutes time. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. We'll see what my energy levels are like once we've arrived at the destination, and maybe we'll do the return leg potentially. I would like to do an arrival on stream into Auckland, because Auckland has a fantastic VDGS system which just works flawlessly, and I haven't actually shown it live on stream yet, and I would like to share that with you guys, but nevertheless, we'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on. Wayne's going to fly. Yeah, no worries at all. Enjoy, dude. Enjoy. FCam, thank you very much for asking for the likes. Yeah, guys, if you're enjoying the stream so far, if you enjoyed that departure, do consider hitting the thumbs up button on the stream. I can see there's 22 people currently viewing this stream, and on YouTube at least 23 now, and we've only got 10 likes, so I'm sure we could squeeze another 13 out there. If you are enjoying the stream, I would very much appreciate that, and yeah, much appreciated. What plane is this? It says Patrick, is it the 320? I'm not sure why that keeps doing that today. But it is, yeah. It's the A320neo, the A32NX mod by the Flybywire Simulations group. Where's Mariner watching is on YouTube by the looks of things, Wayne. It's Marcel. Yep, cool. Let me know how you get on, Marcel. Let me know how you get on. Roblox Gaming asking if you can be a mod. We've just been through this just about 10 minutes ago. And the short answer is no. We're not really looking for any mods at the moment. And like I said earlier on, I know you've been in the stream quite a few times, but you know, really looking for some proper OGs to mod if we are going to have any mods at all. We do have enough mods at the moment. I don't really see any issues and any need to have any more mods. But I will certainly remember that you asked. Mariner says, well behind, so maybe join you for the return. Okay, no worries at all, dude. Yeah, absolutely fine. I will, well, I guess you'll see if I do it or not, but yeah, we'll see how I get on. Sounds different for some reason. Thought you were in the A330. No, Patrick, no. I mean, they have done a little bit of changing of some of the sounds since in the last few weeks on the A32NX, so that could be it. Maybe they've, yeah, they've definitely changed some of the sounds, so... Not in a major way, but they have changed some of them. Wade's over here on YouTube now. I love to see it. Roblox, yeah, I will, dude. No worries at all, dude. No worries. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you. You know, don't get your expectations up. You know, generally, if I'm going to mod someone, it will be someone who has been watching the stream for a very long time, you know, they're still watching the stream. So, obviously, it needs to be someone as well that does actually have the time to watch the stream on a regular basis, and someone who, you know, that will actually be here to mod. So, yeah. There are a lot of, quite a good handful of people that have been watching the stream for a very long time now. So it's probably going to be them that get asked first if I do require any mods. But like I say, with the current level of where the stream is at, we don't really need any more mods as it stands. Oh, we've got an announcement.
We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As it begins to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your feet and elbows clear.
Oh, that's so cool, actually.
And will be coming through the cabin with galley carts shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating to the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
That's brilliant. We've actually just got to our cruising flight level and it does a little announcement there. That is just fantastic. Hats off, Fly-by-Wire. Hats off. Very good. Very, very good. Very good, very nice. Manical, welcome to the chat, dude. Good to see you, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, mate. Welcome, welcome. I am doing very well, yeah. Thank you very much for asking, Manical. How are you doing? Aviation Beast, welcome to the chat, dudes. Hello to you, sir. How are you doing? Yeah, Clem, thank you very much for plugging the stream there. Yeah, thank you, dude. No worries. But, yeah, I mean, if people like it, they like the stream, they will like the stream, I'm sure. Wayne, thank you very much for the sub on YouTube as well, dude. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, dude. Deadhead Crew, welcome to the chat over on Twitch. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Sasha, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Yes, Aviation Beast. Yeah, we've had that come up a few times today, and yeah, it's very sad news, certainly. But I mean, I think that's still only an unconfirmed report, isn't it? Sasha says, please remember me. Yes, I will certainly do. If you continue to tune into the stream and you're active in the chat, I certainly will remember you, dude. But like I said earlier on, we do have, you know, quite a few people that are, you know, basically OGs of the channel. And we don't need any more mods at the moment, so it's obviously going to be them that get us first. Oh, it's Nige B. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Glad to have you over on Twitch. Hope you're doing well, mate. Stephen, thank you very much for the extra 200 stars, dude. That's very generous of you. Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. Marcel, thank you very much for the sub as well on YouTube. Much appreciated. Welcome to the stream and the channel. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for the update there, Marcel. It seems like you've resolved that issue. Great stuff. Glad I could help. Glad I could help. Manacle says, I'm fine, thanks. Always such a pleasure to end the weekend watching your quality streams. Oh, thank you very much, Manacle. I'm flattered. Yeah, appreciate the kind words, dude. Appreciate the kind words. It's going to be a bit more of a chilled one today. I think, yeah, I mean, the flight time is a little bit longer than usual. So, yeah, we're just chatting away. Well, I say chatting, I'm pretty much just waffling on, aren't I? Nevertheless, self-loaded cargo. Let's have a quick look then. Let's see what's going on in the cabin. So, how do I do this? Here we go. So we've got our passenger manifest here. The text is very small, but there it is. I'm looking forward to the day where we can actually rename the passengers, and I can get you guys on the plane. I think in the next version of self-loaded cargo, you are going to be able to rename the passengers, which I'm looking forward to very much. I think there's a way you can see inside the aircraft as well. So there we go. There's it. What's going on in the cabin here? We can see the cabin crew walking up and down a little bit. Let's have a click on some random passengers here. So what have we got down here? We've got Maureen Huntridge, who's reading a book. She's a little bit thirsty. Which reminds me, actually, guys, what do we want? What do we want? Do we want an alcoholic drink today? Do we want a hot drink, or do we want the in-flight service for the... Sorry, or do we want a food service today? What do you fancy? What do you fancy? I'm not sure what the special is today for the food, actually. I think probably we're going to be having... what we're going to be having? We're going to be having just a can of Spam for your lunch today. If you want to order the food, it's just a can of Spam. So I hope you're not vegetarian. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm just going to give you guys some... I'm going to give yourselves guys some hot drinks, because it's quite early in the morning here in New Zealand. I'm not sure whether you want an alcoholic drink right now. Oh, look at that. Maureen is suddenly saying, finally a drink. Love to see it. Great stuff, great stuff. What have we got? We've got Leon Mathers, who's excited about the drinks as well. Air is lovely and smooth. You know what I've realised on this self-loading cargo? It should just be a drinks service. It shouldn't be a hot drinks or an alcoholic drinks, because usually they bring them both at the same time on almost every flight I've ever been on, to be honest. Maybe that's the change they'll make in the next updates. Let's see what else we got. This passenger's highlighted. What are they saying? It's Nancy Trent. She seems to be very content with the service so far, except for the Wi-Fi. Look at that. We were off blocks at 1914 Zulu, guys. The departure time was 1915, so we're looking good there. Taxi time took us 12 minutes somehow. Great stuff. Alright, this person's very unsatisfied. What are they saying? Oh, they're anxious. Okay. Air is lovely and smooth. The pilot better be a good one. You know it. You know it, love. You know it. Just wait until we get onto the approach. Oh dear, oh dear. What's this one? This one's very unsatisfied as well. Let's see. Just anxious again. I suppose there's not really too much you can do about that, really, is there? Yeah, Nige. Yeah, it gets a bit quiet on Twitch. Welcome to the chat over on YouTube, nevertheless. It will be very chill as long as we don't run into the Corsican Air Police. Yeah, hopefully not today. I think, yeah, like I say, we're a little bit far away from their jurisdiction, but you never know. Lem says he's watching on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. That is some dedication there, dude. I mean, you could obviously just mute the 2 of the streams and only listen to 1. That would probably help with your ears situation. Patrick fancies a gin and tonic. Oh, we'll get the gin and tonics out after the hot drinks then. Why not? Who's in there with us tonight? No one at the moment. No one at the moment, but that's fine. Let's have a look outside. How we're looking? So we're just skirting along the coast of the North Island at the moment. We've got Mount Taranaki in front of us there, looking very glorious indeed. And we're heading over towards the southern island here of New Zealand. Very good. Let's see, can we get a better camera angle? Oh, that's quite a nice one, isn't it? Very good, very good. Cam, stop, please. Aviation Beast wants a vodka. Okay, yeah, we'll get the alcoholic drinks on the go afterwards. You guys like to drink early, don't you? Jeez Louise. Bangers and mash and 6 pints of Thatcher's Haze. That is a strong order there, Nige. Very strong. Never too early for an alcoholic beverage. I like you thinking there, Mariner. I like you thinking. Any excuse. Any news about the new version of self-loading cargo? Not yet, no. I mean, he posted an announcement a little while back saying that it was sort of in the finalized stages, but that was actually in January now, so at the start of January even, so yeah. Not too much news recently. Maureen is already thirsty. She passed half the flight in the toilet. Jeez Louise. Poor Maureen. How long will the cruise be roughly? Probably about another hour, I think. Maybe just a bit less than an hour. Let's have a look. So, arrival time estimated at 9 o'clock Zulu. Ah, okay. So yeah, the cruise time is probably going to be about another half an hour then. What am I vaping? I have a Elux Legend, which is blueberry pomegranate flavour. It's quite good actually, quite good. Beautiful Mount Taranaki below us, looking absolutely fantastic. See the caldera there, where there was previous eruptions, where it's got all the trees growing up it on the fertile land. Very, very cool indeed. Very, very nice. Very good, very nice. Right, let me just try something real quick, chat. I just need to try this a sec. Does this work? Okay, it does work. There we go. Okay, it does work. Alright, 69% satisfied then on self-loaded cargo, so not doing too badly today. A little bit of turbulence here. Not too major though. We could go ahead and just check through all the systems here. So cruise page currently used about 1.7 tons of fuel, and everything else is looking fine. Delta P 8.1 psi. Cabin altitude is 5,400 feet. Great stuff. 24 degrees throughout the aircraft. Probably a little bit toasty, I imagine. So let's go ahead and just turn that down a bit. We'll let it be a bit warmer in the cockpit here because it is a bit drafty. A bit drafty through the floor here. So yeah, let's carry on here. Engine page is looking okay. I'm still not entirely convinced whether this flashing PSI is actually supposed to happen or not, or whether that's something they're still working on. I'm pretty sure when it's flashing like that, it's indicating a potential area of attention for the pilots. So I'm not sure in normal operation like we're doing today it would be flashing like that. Bleed page is looking good. Looking very good indeed, yeah. This page is fully simulated now, I believe. I believe all the temperatures coming through the packs is actually properly simulated in the fly-by-wire, to my knowledge. So you can actually see the temperature just slightly changing there. As well, we have changed the temperature in the aircraft, so you can see cold air is actually being let through. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm totally wrong about this. Hang on. Conditioning page. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so cooling down. Very good. All right, back to the bleed page. $190 degrees coming into the packs there. Toasty. Oh, sorry, 212 degrees coming into the packs and 190 degrees coming out. And then, yeah, I suppose it's warming up. I need to do a bit more studying on that. I'm just going to shut up before I sound like an idiot. Cabin pressure page. I'm not sure how much they've done on this one yet. Fairly certain they've not done quite as much on this one as the other pages. But nevertheless, all looking good. All of the external outflow valves are closed. Electric page, I know this one is pretty in-depth. The simulation behind this is pretty in-depth, which is quite cool to see. Something we don't look at too often, really, but yeah. Both the IDGs are providing power to the AC buses, and then subsequently the DC buses, and then the DC backed and DC essential bus, as well as the AC essential bus. IDGs themselves are 141 degrees. IDGs are the integrated drive generators. I believe that is the what the acronym is for. And then you've got Gen 1, Gen 2, and then you've got AC1, AC2, and then TR, which is your transformer rectifier, which converts this electric signal into DC electric. Very good indeed. Hydraulic page, I think they've done quite a bit more work on this one as well recently. And this is all looking good. These little arrows are actually all lining up now, which I don't think they did before. I think these were always just a little bit too low, I think. But now they're all matching up. You can see these little arrowheads are within this little green band, which is where you want them to be, really. All systems are pressurized to 3,000 psi, which is normal. Next up, we've got the fuel page. 1.84 tons used now. And fuel on board is 5.76 tons. Still got 0.7 tons in the wing tanks. And in the center tanks here, we've got about 2.2 tons in each. Very good. Fuel flow 40 kg a minute. APU is off. And we can see the temperature now is coming down a little bit in the forward and aft cabin. Yeah, so we've got the packs working a little bit harder there, pumping out, you know, a bit cooler air here. You can see this is the air temperature coming out of the packs, 27, 21 and 19. And that is, as a result, slowly bringing down the temperature there. Door page, all the slides are armed, fine. Wheel page, all temperatures look good on the brakes, and everything else looks fine. All the doors are closed for the landing gear, and the flight controls page, everything is operational and looking good. If you guys have ever wondered what these letters are right here, these correspond to the hydraulic system that powers that flight control. So for example here, if you look at the right aileron, you've got the green and blue system, and if you go to the hydraulic page, you've got the green and blue system here. In fact, let's have a mess around with this real quick, because we are flying in a straight line here, so we could probably get away with doing a bit of playing around. So if we, for example, look at the flight controls page now, and then we see, yeah, we'll carry on with the right aileron. So we've got green and blue system here. So if we went up top, and we would come to the hydraulic section here, we've got green, blue, yellow. If we went ahead and turned off the green system, like so, that has done nothing. Okay. Maybe it's not simulated for that to work in the air. Maybe. I know it does work on the ground. I'm pretty sure it does work on the ground. Maybe we'll try... This is an auto switch. Let's try turn that one off. Okay, nothing still. Oh, I thought they'd... Oh, there we go. Okay, so that all worked. So, yeah, blue system's now off. So you can see here we've got... The blue is in magenta, so... obviously, each flight control system has redundancy, hence why multiple hydraulic systems power it. We've got the green, blue, yellow for the speed brakes here, and you can see here we're missing some of the speed brakes as the blue system is inoperative. However, most of them are still operative, and all of the other flight controls are still operative as they have the redundancy there. So that is very, very cool to see. Now let's see, has it generated an ECAM or anything on the status? Nothing at all. No, okay, so it doesn't quite do what it should do just yet, but it's getting there. You can see that blue hydraulic system is off as well. Great stuff. Love to see it. Now then, let's see if we can mess with the yellow system. So if we turn the yellow one off, let's see what happens. Okay, it's oh, okay. So maybe when maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe when we've got the PTU coming on there. Let's see if we can go in the back and hear that actually. Oh, you can hear it. You can hear it. Listen. You can hear the PTU just very, very quietly there, guys. So what's happening is the PTU is coming online and it's bringing over some of this hydraulic pressure to the yellow system to try and keep it operative. So yeah, that's just me overlooking something. So if I turn the PTU off now, you can see that's now going to drain, and we shouldn't be able to hear it anymore in the cabin, which we can't. And now the yellow system is going to fully drain, and we can see that is now inoperative. So yeah, okay, that was just my oversight. So if we actually go back and do what we did before, we'll turn the yellow. Sorry, we'll leave that off actually. I just want to try turn on the electric pump here, and let's just see if that works. So we've got the yellow electric pump on now, so that should pressurize the yellow system, which it has. Great stuff. So the yellow system is powered by engine 2, but it's also got an electric pump that you can use. So brilliant, that works okay. So we'll go ahead and turn these back on. We'll leave the PTU off, And if we go ahead and turn the green one off now, and it was just me being dumb before, so there we go. The pressure is now draining out, and it's because the PTU was on, it was actually bringing over the pressure to the green system. So if we now go back to the flight controls, we can see the green system is now inoperative. So that is great to see. Fantastic. Love to see it. And then if we go back up and turn the PTU on, we can see it gets pressurized again. It's not really lighting up in green like it. There we go, it is now. Okay, fantastic. And if we go back here, we should be able to see it. Be able to hear it. Yes, we can. Fantastic. That sounds so realistic as well. I remember I flew on an EasyJet flight back from Lisbon a short time ago, and yeah, the PTU was kicking in like that at the early and late stages of the flight, actually, which is a little bit interesting, but maybe they had some issues up there, but nevertheless, we still had a safe flight. And yeah, it sounds very, very similar to what I heard when I was on that flight. Alright, great stuff. So flight controls is done, and the status page is normal. Great stuff. Fantastic. That was quite enjoyable, actually, looking through the hydraulic page. Is there anything else we can play with here? I think the ram air turbine might be actually simulated as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not sure if I want to lose the electric power to the aircraft just yet. Shall we just try it for science? Let's see, how far have we got to go? We've got plenty of distance to run. 382 miles. Alright then, so if we go ahead and let's see here. So what we want to do is, we've not got an APU on, so we'll turn off IDG1. So we'll go to the electric page. IDG1 disconnected. Now, I might have shot myself in the foot now. If I can't reconnect that in flight, that's going to be an issue. I think I might have messed up there. I think I've really messed up there, guys, to be quite honest with you. Oops. Right, okay, you can't reconnect that in flight. I should have really known that. Never mind. I should have pressed the gen button instead. Let's try gen 2. Okay, we've lost power. Let's see what happens. Okay, do these switches work here? So, can we... Okay, captain side is still operative. Where's my button? Okay, no. How do we get the lower ECAM onto the upper one while the power's off? Can we not do that? There must be a way to do that. Maybe not. Okay. So we don't know if the ram air turbine actually deployed there or not. Well, I assume it didn't, because we're not getting electric power back. So we'll turn that one back on. And there we go. We've got power back. We'll start the APU as well. Because I've foolishly disconnected this IDG here. So we'll start the APU and we'll get full electric load back onto the aircraft. Or full electric supply. So currently we've only got one generator powering both AC buses. In fact, no, you wouldn't be able to start the APU at this altitude, would you? So we'll turn that off. Yeah, we'll turn it off, and we'll just let it do its thing like that for now. And then we'll start the APU as we get a bit further down. But you can see here the load increased. Very good. That's very good. Oops. Never mind. Right. Left side of the PFD. No, it's not now. I assume you're talking about this one right here. I don't think that doesn't actually work. And that just transfers. I think that just swaps these two screens around. I think that's all it does. But yeah, there must be a way to bring the lower ECAM up onto a different screen here, but let's see. not sure. Now, if we look at the hydraulic page here, I'm sure was this arrow hollow before, or was it coloured in? I can't remember. So has the ram air turbine actually deployed then? Maybe it has. But it doesn't appear on the electric page here like you would expect it to. Obviously we can't see it outside. Or can we? No, we can't. Alright, fine. No worries. Great stuff. Okay. Cream says, are there any free replay add-ons? Yes, there are. Yep, there's a few actually. If you go on flightsim.to. Marcel asks, is it better to have my multiplayer settings on live or all players? It's entirely up to you, really, Marcel. If you go on all players, you can, you know, freely change the weather around as you wish and the time. If you have it on live players, you can't do that. You're always fixed onto live time and weather. As you can see here, I don't have an option to change the weather at all, because we are on live players. So you see it's greyed out. So it's entirely up to you, really. I mean, obviously you can still fly on all players with live weather and time, but the difference is mainly that you'll get less players on live players, because most people use all players. So if you want maybe it to be a little bit quieter, a little bit more realistic maybe, then live players is what you want. Also, yeah, Cream, I think Ace has said there, you can enable the dev mode in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So if you enable the dev mode like that, you only need to flick it on and off. And then you can actually go ahead and get this replay button here at the top. And yeah, it's definitely unfinished, but it does work quite well actually. It does work quite well. I've done a tutorial as well on my channel for that replay tool, the one built into the sim. So if you check out my videos on my channel, you can see that see how to get that fully set up and how to use it. You could be a good captain. You are good at explaining things. Thank you very much, Sasha. Yeah, I try my best. I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not obviously a real pilot, or I'm not type rated on the 320 or anything like that, but you know, I do try my best to try and learn about the systems. When playing with other people who can't see your livery, yeah, that's just the thing with Microsoft Flight Simulator, unfortunately, Marcel. Maybe they'll change it in the future, but not sure on that. We'll have to see. Oops, pan. Yeah, I mean, I don't actually think this is actually a pan, to be quite honest. Yes, we've still got the second generator providing electric load to both of the AC buses, which is all we need really. Obviously the load on the generator is a bit higher than normal, but it's really not too bad. Not really an issue at all. We can just continue on, and even when we get lower down as well, we can start the APU, and we can get even more electric power, and we can be absolutely perfect. We have got galley shed, which is a bit of a problem, I suppose, for the cabin crew, but you guys have had. In fact, we'll do the alcoholic drinks now, but. Yeah, galley shed is probably going to be an issue for your cabin crew. So I guess probably what you would do is you would ask for a descent and start the APU maybe. I think the maximum altitude you can start the APU at is something like 20,000 feet, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head. Might be wrong about that. It might be a bit higher. It might be 25. But let's check that. APU altitude A320. Recommended altitude for starting the APU is 25,000 feet. There we go. If you look at the APU envelope in the limitations, there is no limit on starting the APU unless in the emergency electric config. Oh, okay. So there isn't actually a limitation on starting it. Great stuff. All right, let's go ahead and start the APU then. Right, now let me just check another document. Max CGT for APU start is 982 degrees. Let's try it. So we've got the APU page. We'll go ahead and start it. So master on. And then APU starts. Let's monitor the EGT. The APU has been modeled quite in depth on this mod, so we'll see what happens here. Oh baby, this is getting hot, that EGT. Okay, there we go, beautiful. Looking good actually. EGT's dropping down, perfect, okay. Fantastic, so if we go on the electric page now, we can see the APU gen is coming online. Sasha says, turn off UNAV. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Sasha. There we go, APU gen picking up the load now from the AC1. And then you can see subsequently the load on Gen 2 has dropped down to 28% from about 70% now. So that's looking good. And we're back to normal. Galley is no longer shed. And we are looking absolutely perfect. Obviously, we're going to burn a little bit of extra fuel here. But I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue for us. Let's have a look outside. Oh, baby, here we go. The southern island of New Zealand. Absolutely stunning place. Fantastic. Right, okay, so we could probably do a... Oh, baby. We could do an arrival briefing now. So we've got 307 miles to go. Let's do a quick calculation here for our top of descents. The target altitude... we're actually doing the VOR approach. So let's just take the minimums off that. Actually, no, we'll take 8,200 off that. No, we won't. We'll take the minimums. 3,900. 88 miles. Okay, great stuff. Now, there are some restrictions on the arrival, which we'll have a look at in just a moment. In fact, we'll have a look at it now. So let's bring up our arrival. So we're doing the LRUV 2 Alpha arrival into Queenstown, New Zealand. It's an RNAV start. And this is for runway 05, which is what we've planned for. Now, I've not checked the weather. It's a bit difficult to get the weather for Queenstown because you need to use the ATIS. And the ATIS in Microsoft Flight Simulator is a little bit funky. Mainly because I do not believe it really simulates the proper range that you would be able to receive the ATIS from. But nevertheless, we shall have a look and see if we can actually receive that. Cannot, so we'll double check it as we get a bit closer, but nevertheless, let's carry on with the briefing here. We'll assume it's going to be runway 05. Obviously ATC would be able to advise as well. Right, so we've got LRUV and airport elevation at Queenstown is 1,171 feet, so definitely a lot higher than what we're used to. Transition level is flight level 150, and that is a hard transition level. It's not set by ATC like it is at many, many airports, so we can actually just go ahead and just check that is in, which it is. So once arriving at LRUV, we're going to take a 217 track down to Ekvox and then take a right turn to 228 degrees track to Castle. Now this is where our first constraints come in. Again, these are actually ATC restrictions, but we're going to try and adhere to them anyway. So we've got Castle, which is flight level 170 and flight level 160. So let's go ahead and we'll put that in. So altitude constraint here. So we want to be plus 16,000 and minus 17,000. I think that is the right format. It is not. God damn it. I always forget how to put these ones in. Maybe like that. No. Okay. Chat. How else would you put it? Maybe I don't need a plus. Maybe I don't need a plus. No, because surely that indicates a required altitude then. Format error again. Okay. Right. A320 MCDU. Constraint. Actually, you know what we could do? We could maybe just look at another fix which has a constraint on it. So there we go. Ah, okay. Yeah, so bracketed constraints cannot be entered by the crew. Okay, so that's fine. So what we'll do then is, so normally this arrival, as you guys saw earlier on in the stream, this arrival route is actually not, it doesn't let us choose it when it's runway unspecified, so we've had to put in these fixes manually, so we're not going to be able to enter the constraints. So normally when you enter this arrival into the MCDU, it's going to put in these constraints, the bracketed constraints itself, and apparently those cannot be modified by the crew according to what I've just read. So let's go ahead then, and we'll just put in plus 160 because that is going to be the most critical altitude for this fix. So Caslu will put in plus. Now I wonder if you can put in flight level 160. I don't think you can. Oh. Okay, I've never seen that one before. Descent. Okay, great stuff. Huh. Okay, interesting. And then Mabga, we want to be flight level. We want to be above flight level 130. Actually, no, it's 13,000 feet at that point. Not below, above. Descent. Now it's a bit strange because it's adding in flight level 320 after these fixes, which is a bit weird. Don't know why it's doing that one. Let me just try something for science real quick. So we're going to go plus again 12,000 for Gosper, and then I'm going to press climb. I'm going to see what it does. Okay, it does the exact same thing, so we'll just do that again. Okay, fine. Right, so, and then Avgo is going to be plus 10,000. Hopefully I've not completely messed it up by pressing the climb on one of those, but I don't think it should do because it doesn't have VNav yet, so... Okay, that's all in then, and that's all looking good. So, like I said earlier on, 228 track to Caslu, then we've got to be between flight level 160, flight level 170, then we're going to take a right turn, 249 track to Mabga, above 13,000 feet at Mabga, and then we're going to continue on the same track for another 4 miles out to Gosper, above flight level, above 12,000 feet at Gosper, and then a left turn to 219 a track out to Avga. And then once reaching Avga, we're actually going to join onto the DME arc for the VOR approach. So this is going to be the VOR Charlie approach. at New Zealand, Queenstown. So let's just check that. And we'll go here and just check it is in. So we've got VOR Charlie, VOR Charlie. That's all looking good. Okay, so we're gonna join the DME arc here. We're gonna fly in from Avga, and we're gonna join on to the DME arc at Delta 2370, which is here. 9,700 is the constraint in here, which looks about right, although there is no constraint given on the charts. We're going to come then out to Avton, which is at 50 miles from the VOR. 8,200 feet at Avton, which is correct, and you can see that is in there, plus 8,200. And then from that point, we don't really need to put the constraints in because we're going to be flying on track FPA mode, but let's just check them nevertheless for our reference. So we've got Centrifix 032 here. 7,000 feet, which is correct. And then we've got the final approach fix 032, 6,100 feet, that is correct. Then we've got 90 VOR, which is 9 miles, 5,700 feet, and 6.5 miles, 4,900. And then we've got the final fix here at 3 miles out, which is the missed approach point, and that is 3,900. Sorry. That is 4,450 feet, and that is that. Then we've got a discontinuity because we're actually flying a visual approach from that point, and the minimum is 3,900 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and put the minimums in as well. Where am I going here? 3,900. And then just while we're here as well, we'll just take notes. Airport elevation is 1171. So what we want to do is we want to change these to 2671. So we've got an acceleration, thrust reduction acceleration altitude of 1,500 feet above aerodrome level. Now in real life it might actually be a bit higher than that because of the high terrain. But maybe not, I'm not sure. But we're going to go with that for this flight today. Hopefully we won't have to go around anyway. Right, so let's brief the rest of the approach then, and we'll do that on the fuzz pads. Let's just check how much distance we've got to run. 235 miles still. Looking absolutely stunning outside. Very good indeed. Alright, so we'll jump over to the fuzz pad then, and then we'll brief the rest of the final approach. Okay, cool. So, as we said, we are doing the VOR Charlie approach into Queenstown. Airport elevation we've already established is 1,171 feet, and the VOR frequency is 113.6 with a final approach course of 032, which we'll make sure is in the box in a moment. And the approach, we've already sort of briefed this a little bit, but we're going to come into the DME arc, the 15 DME arc at Delta 2370, coming out to Avton and then a left turn onto the final approach course, which is 032. This is at 50 miles from the VOR, and then we're going to descend on down this this glide path here. Now, one thing I noticed about this chart, which is a little bit strange actually, is it doesn't actually say the descent angle from here. Usually somewhere down here it should say the descent angle, but it doesn't say it on this chart. I've looked everywhere and it doesn't say it anywhere. So we can actually work this out based on what we know about various different rules of thumb. So for a normal approach, you want to do 300 feet every 1 nautical mile. So 10 miles, for example, is going to be 3,000 feet. So what we could do is we can go ahead and we can sort of work out what descent angle this is based on the other information that we've got. So you can see here it is a constant descent angle, so we only really need to work out one pair of we only need to look at one pair of these altitude changes here. So what we could do is we could do 7140 minus 6780 to get the difference between the two. So 7140 minus 7140 minus 6780 is going to give us a difference of 360. So then we're going to take the 360. So we're going to take 300 and divide that by 360, which is the improper calculation actually. So we've got 360 as the difference between the two. That is a 1 mile difference there. And as we know, 300 feet every 1 mile is a 3-degree glide path. Now, so just based on that alone, we can work out that it is not a 3-degree glide path, it's slightly steeper than that. So essentially, we'll take the 60 then, and we'll divide that by 300, and that's going to give us 0.2, which as a result is going to mean that we're going to be flying a 3.2-degree glide path. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I'm right about that as well. We'll see. So it's going to be a 3.2-degree glide path. We'll get that dialed in on the track FPA, and we're going to descend on down, and we'll monitor these altitudes as we're descending down to make sure we're on the correct glide path. And then the minimum is 3,900 feet, so we are going to descend all the way down to 3,900 feet, and then we are going to transition onto our visual segment here. So we're going to be coming in like this, and once we reach the 3,900 feet, we're going to take a right turn. We're going to skirt around this mountain here, and then follow that outbound away from the airfield, and then take a right turn coming back in. And this is a difficult maneuver because we can't see the runway for a good portion of it, and we can't see the pappies. We can't really judge our height above the airfield that well. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the MCDU. What we'll type into the MCDU progress page is we'll type in NZQN 05, and that's going to give us the distance then to the runway. So we can use that to judge how high we need to be, roughly speaking. As I said earlier on, 300 feet per 1 mile. So what we want to look for is when we're about 3 miles out, we want to be hopefully at about 1,000 feet, something like that. And we want to look at the MCDU, and we can determine that without having seen the pappies at all. So we're going to do that. And then once arriving, we'll do what we normally do here. We'll come down the runway, we'll turn around at this end and taxi on back up, and come off at Alpha 4 and taxi into the apron at our discretion. And that is it. That is it. Let's have a look at how far away we are now. Oh baby, look at all the snow. Fantastic. Alright, so 196 miles to run. Now, let's do a quick calculation here, because we do want to make sure we hit this constraint at Caslu. So at Caslu, we want to be above flight level 160 and below flight level 170. So that's going to give us a difference of 16,000 feet there. Exactly. So let's see, 16 times 3. That's going to give us about 48 miles. So 48 miles before Caslu is when we're going to start our descent. And let's just go ahead and put this in here as well. There we go. That's Carlu, not Caslu. I've done it again. Caslu. There we go. Fantastic. Great stuff. So 48 miles away. So we've still got quite a bit of distance to run before I start our descent. Great stuff. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, Mariner's coming in with some information here. The AP starts and operates at maximum certified altitude, 41,000 feet, 25,000 feet. Not recommended for starts, is only a recommendation for total loss of aircraft, of AC. Ah, okay, good. Yeah, that sort of lines up with what I'd read as well. Great stuff. Yeah, thank you for that, Mariner. Fantastic. What was whereabouts? What was your source for that? Whereabouts did you get that? Just out of interest for the chat. Aviation Beast, welcome back. Livery is whoa. Yeah, it is. Absolutely love the Air New Zealand livery. It's so good. I like the all blacks one as well, where it's literally all black all the way down with the text in white instead. Lackwed has just written the number 160 in the chat. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, dude. We've just talked about a freaking ton of numbers, so I hope that all made sense to you guys as well, by the way. I mean, I think in the real world you probably wouldn't be doing maths like that, to be quite honest with you. But, you know, there's certain things that were missing here in flight simulation, I think. And it's interesting, actually, because I have looked at some different charts of this approach, and it does say the descent angle on there. But I'm not sure why it doesn't have it on this one. It's a bit strange, really, but nevertheless, we're all good. Right. Let's get the VOR tuned in anyway. So we need the Quebec November VOR, which is the Queenstown VOR. So we're going to put that in there. And we're going to put it in on my side as well, which is VOR2. And we're going to put the inbound course, which is 032. We'll put that in on both sides. And that is that. That's all we really need to tune. And yeah, that's about it. Let's see if we can pick up the 80s just yet. Not just yet. Right. Great stuff. So we won't enter any destination data just yet until we've actually got the proper ATIS. Great stuff. Okay, I'm looking forward to this approach, guys. It should be interesting. It should be interesting. We could do a landing performance calculation as well. So let's go NZQN. Now, when we press Get Meta, I'm not sure where it's getting this information from, because there isn't actually a meta published for Queenstown, I don't believe. I think you can only get a TAF. So maybe it's bringing that up, but yeah, let's go ahead and just run it off this anyway, just so that we've got a calculation in place for now. So the runway altitude is going to be 1,171 feet. Runway heading is going to be 053. Runway condition is, I assume, is dry. Runway slope, I'm not going to bother with working that out. You guys know I hate working that out. And then we're going to put the landing distance avail, which is going to be, well, is it actually going to say on these charts? Because the final segment is visual, isn't it? There's no sort of glide slope. No, it does not say. Okay, cool. So we'll just put in the full landing. We'll just put in the full length of the runway then, which is 1777. It's quite a short runway, so we might try and come in a little bit low to give us a little bit of extra room. And then we'll take the VAP, which is 136. Now again, that could change once we've put in the weather data, but we'll put that in for now. And then our landing weight, we're going to be expecting to be at 63,644. Now, we've obviously got the APU running, so we're actually using a bit more fuel than what we normally would do. So it might actually be a bit lower than that, but I have honestly zero way of calculating that. So we'll go ahead and put in 63,644. Then at the very least, we've overestimated, so that's not too bad, is it? Flaps full, and we'll use reverse thrust certainly, and we'll calculate. So we can't use low auto brake, we can use medium though, so that is fine. We'll go ahead and select medium. Great stuff. Beautiful. Alright, let's see how we're doing on the progress page. Still got 105 miles to Castleu. Remember, it was 50 miles to descend before Caslu to make the Constraint there. Great stuff. Where would it usually give the landing distance available on a standard Navigraph charts? I can show you real quick. So if we bring up, I mean, I could show you Queenstown for an example. It's still in the same place. Usually you want to look at the airport info. So it's usually 10-9A, and it's usually this page. It looks similar to this at most airports, and you can see here it gives you the additional runway information on this table right here, and the landing usable lengths are here. So usually you'll have the threshold and the glide slope. Usually we use the glide slope when we're flying in on an ILS or whatever, but obviously it's not here because of the fact the final approach segment is visual. I could show you another airport just for reference as well. So let's try Heathrow. So 10-9A once again, and this obviously is much more complicated, but it's essentially the same layout. You can see you've got these tables here, and you've got right here, and then this is the landing distance available you would normally use right there, because you don't usually aim to sort of touch down at the threshold. You'll usually aim to touch down at the bottom of the glide slope, which is generally about 1,000 feet from the threshold. Great stuff. Does Auckland have a static free version? Good question actually. I'm not entirely sure on that one. If you check on the Contrail app, maybe you'll be able to see. Oh, you've already figured that out. Okay, cool. Will, welcome to the chat over on Facebook. Hope you're doing well. I am doing good as I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, how are you doing? GWL, good evening. Hope you're doing well. How's the flight been so far? Yeah, very good. Very pleasant, actually. 65% satisfaction. Let's get a bit of food on the go. Obviously, people are getting a bit hungry. But yeah, quite nice. Quite nice. Stunning scenes here on the southern island of New Zealand. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, only one thing though. I accidentally... we were playing around with some of the eCam pages, and I accidentally, well, not accidentally, I turned off the #1 IDG. So now we lost the Gen 1 in the aircraft, so we're actually having to run the APU to get full electrical power back on, as you can see right here. So yeah, other than that, absolutely no issues at all. Malon, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Been a lurker on your channel for a while, but been trying to hit more of your live streams. Nice one today. Yeah. Welcome to the stream, and yeah, I hope you're enjoying the content. Great to hear from you in the chat. Great to hear from you in the chat. GWL says, never knew that. I've always used full length. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, usually you'd use the glide slope one. But Queenstown, obviously, it's a bit of an anomaly, let's say. It's not your average airport. One thing I found quite interesting actually about Queenstown is I was looking on Flight Radar 24 to see what what routes that aircraft actually take in the real life to get in there. And what I actually noticed was that they tend to take quite a direct route in actually. So if I bring up the charts again. And have a look right here. So if we come in and we bring up the world map. So what the aircraft tend to do is they sort of come in and they sort of just do like a little bit of something like this, and they just go straight in like that, at least when they're landing on that runway, which I found quite interesting because according to all of the charts here, it's always a circle to land no matter where you come in. So it makes me wonder if Air New Zealand have a special company-specific chart for this airport. I think that's probably quite a plausible explanation, and yeah, just something I noticed actually. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Right, I am just going to nip away for 2 minutes and I'll be back with you guys.
All you think about day and night is dope. How much you've got, where to get more, what you'll do if you can't get it.
Mic was muted. I was just downing a load of water. You guys just hear me panting after I've downed a load of water. Jeez Louise. Alright, let's see how we're doing. 55 miles to Kasu. Let's get it dialed in. So we'll put in flight level 160 initially. So we'll pull thrust idle, open descent. Flight level 160 blue. And we're off down. Is there an announcement when you start your descent? Let's have a listen. Doesn't seem like there is. Never mind. This is a bit funky, isn't it? But hopefully it'll resolve itself once we get in. We can always do the VOR approach on raw data anyway, so... Oh, there we go.
On our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we... If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Brilliant. Is that... Guys, does anyone in the chat know, is that V1 Simulations who does those voices? I feel like it is, but... Oh god, the PFD is lagging loads, holy. What is going on there? Oh dear. Alright. Will says, doing okay here, bud. Great content as usual, and your knowledge of aviation is vast. Very interesting. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Will. Yeah, thank you very much, dude. Thank you very much, dude. Evening, Carl. Welcome to the chat, dude. Hope you're doing well, mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm doing good, thank you. We actually did a departure today that made me think of your name. We did the Polis to Quebec out of Auckland, and then we did the Carl transition right here. Yeah. Very good. Alright, cool. So the PFD seems to be working properly now. And we're coming down. Looks like the weather's quite nice down below. We should be able to get the 80s soon, surely. Pudding Hill Aerodrome. That is a strong name. No, it doesn't seem to be there still. Oh, Shit, did not mean to press that. Yeah, now we'll have to keep looking, keep checking. All right, fantastic. Lee, thank you very much for the follow on Facebook, and Cream, sorry if I missed you earlier on with your sub on YouTube, but thank you very much, dude. Hope you're well. Welcome. Gotta love that transition. Yeah, it's a good one. All right. 30 miles to Castleu. We're at flight level 236. Giving us about 5,000 feet to lose, so 50 miles we need, so we're actually quite a bit above profile here. Sorry, below profile. Oh no, we're not. I'm doing the maths wrong. So 7, 14, 21. Yeah, we're still a little bit lower than what we need to be, but should be okay, I think. Maybe we just pull the speed and just go to 280 knots instead. See how we get on. Generic Pilot, welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're doing well. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Absolutely stunning views in Queenstown. Absolutely love it. Well, this is not Queenstown just yet, but the southern island, absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. We're ready for a flyby, guys. Here we go. Hopefully I can remember the right button. Here we go. Very good, very good. Alright, ready for another one. This is going to be a better one, I think. Here we go. Beautiful. Fantastic. Right, let's see how we're doing on the profile now. We're approaching our level off, flight level 164. 9 miles to go to Castleu, so yeah, again, we're still a little bit low, but never mind. We should be fine. Let's zoom this in a bit. We'll go back to manage speed. It's going to spool the engines up a little bit, but it's fine. We might as well keep the speed up. Don't want to take all day. Clem says, did I ever consider doing a real flight in a professional simulator? I've been to a Boeing 737 simulator before. It ended horrifically, but I have been to one. I'm not sure you would call it a professional simulator. It definitely was a full, proper simulator, but I don't think real pilots would use it for training. But I mean, I suppose, are you referring to like a level D sim or something like that? I mean, I suppose that would be extremely expensive. Let me just remind myself of the transition altitude here. I think it's 15,000 feet. It is indeed. Flight level 150. Right. Okay, so we can continue on down now. Let's put in flight level 13,000. Excuse me. Let's put in 13,000 feet. So we've got thrust idle open descent. Flight level 130 blue, and we are now going to go to local altimeter. We should be able to get the ATIS now. We're passing very close to the airport. Queenstown. ATIS. Oh, it gives you it in bloody inches of mercury, doesn't it? In fact, we can work with that. 3038. There we go. Visual runway 23 in use. Okay, that is an issue. Oh, god damn it. Let's see what the winds are saying. I missed the winds. 1029er. I'm just going to press B on my keyboard actually, make sure I got that right. Yes, I did. Okay. Wind calm. Okay, so it doesn't actually matter. We're not going to change. We'll just put temperature 13. I think that's what it said. Oh no, 12. Right, cool. And then we'll leave the wind at calm. We're going to do that so they shut up. Okay. Like that. There we go. Okay, cool. Great stuff. Okay, so let's see how it deals with this. This could be interesting. We're a bit high now. So let's see where we are. Let's wind this down again. Let's go to 10. These are minimum altitudes, however, a Babu, which we're not actually going to fly to, so I'm going to ignore that one. We'll put in 10,000 feet. I'm going to pull that open descent. Thrust idle open descent. 10,000 blue. I'm going to minimize self-loading cargo now, and I'm going to bring down the music as well, so that I can actually focus up a little bit more. Right, okay, so excuse me, bring up the chart on my other screen as well. So I'm actually going to put in no, we're going to leave it at 10,000 for now, just in case. Oof, look at that. That is a big mountain right there. Airfield's behind us, somewhere down here. Can't really see it from where we are. Can the passengers see it? No, they cannot, but what a view. What a view. Let's go ahead and start the replay. Okay, so approach checklist we're going to do now. So, briefing is confirmed. ECAM status is checked. Landing distance, approximately 24 miles. Seatbelts, go ahead and turn those on. We'll turn our nose lights and the landing lights on as well. Barref is set, 1029, set both sides. Minimum is 3,900 feet set, and the engine mode selector is in normal. Approach checklist is complete. We'll carry on with the descent here, so we're going to go to 8,200 feet, which is going to be centering fix at Avton. So it should give me a nice left turn now onto the DME arc. It's not turning me left currently. Okay, it doesn't seem to want to do that. What I might have to do is just give us a direct to Avton, because it seems to have gone skewy whiff here. So I'm just going to do that. direct to Avton. So we're not going to fly the DME arc, but we're just going to take a left turn here. Now, this could be a bit sketch because we're descending and we've got terrain, and we're not flying on the procedure here. However, the terrain below us, 6,726 at the highest point, so we don't have to worry too much. Excuse me. Now, I don't think I trust it to actually do this left turn either, so I think what I might do is I might actually have to do that myself as well, which could be a bit fiddly, but I think that's what I'm going to have to do here. Hey, Ramsey, welcome to the chat, dude. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so we're approaching 8,200 feet, which is the platform altitude for this approach, I suppose. Absolutely stunning scenes. Let's not get too distracted. Okay, so we're coming direct into Avton now. Excuse me. Let's go to track FP8. Right. Okay, let's arm the approach phase. Or activate the approach phase even. So we're going to slow down now to green dot speeds. Again, like I said, I don't really trust it to do this turn on its own. So once it rolls wing level here, I'm going to just pull the track. In fact, I'm pulling the track now. So we're slightly off here, but I think we should be okay. So approaching Avton, I'm going to give us a left turn to 032 degrees. And we might have to do a little bit of fiddling here. I'm also going to pull FP8 and put minus 3.2. I think I'm going to put 3.3 initially, actually, because I'm expecting us to be a little bit high here. Let's bring up the Rose VOR so we can see how well we are aligned on the VOR. So I'm actually going to give us a little bit of a further turn here. That's fine. Okay, so we can see our distance from the VOR. We've got 30. We're at 13 miles currently, which means we want to be at. Okay, we don't have an altitude for that. 12 miles. We want to be at 7,140 feet, which I think we're not going to make. So we'll increase the descent rate a little bit there. I'm just going to leave my track as it is, and this blue bar should become aligned momentarily. Might just give us a little turn as well, just to kind of fix it a little bit earlier here. Okay, 11 miles. We want to be at 6780, so it's still a bit high. We're going to continue at 3.4. Don't need to worry too much about the that altitude, because we are going to do the circling approach, so we can probably recover a bit of the altitude there. Okay, so at 9 miles, we want to be at 6060, so we're still definitely a bit high. I'm going to give us just a tiny bit more, and then I'm going to actually turn this to 035 now, 032 even. As you can see, we're now lined up on the VOR. Airfield is in sight. This is the mountain we're going to do a circle around. We're going to come around this side, around here. Okay, so definitely still a bit high. 7 miles, we want to be at 5340. Yeah, so it's definitely still quite a bit high here. I wonder if I missed something. I might have missed a step here, and we've ended up quite a bit high, but again, not a huge issue. Let's go to flaps 1 now. So speed is checked. Speed was not checked even. Okay, so we're not flying at green dot speed. I'm going to get the speed brakes in. Okay, so how we're doing? 5 miles. We want to be at 4620, which we're still a bit high on. That's fine. Now, This is looking like a different picture to what I was expecting, to be quite honest. Oh no, it's not. It's fine. It's fine. Right. Okay, so at 3 miles, that's when we want to start the right turn. Wow, we're really not slowing down at all here. Okay, so at 3 miles, let's disconnect, and we're going to start that right turn. We're going to keep the keep descending, but I'm going to just slow the descent rate a bit.
Minimum.
I'm actually going to come up here and turn these off as well. Let's see how we're doing here. This is looking a bit hairy at the moment.
2,500.
Yeah, this is looking a bit dodgy, I'm not going to lie. Okay, I'm not happy with this. I'm going toga. Right, okay, something's gone wrong there, guys. Right, okay, so we're just going to continue in this circle. We're in a clean configuration at the moment. And what we'll do is we shall continue circling. We can't fly the missed approach as it would be in real life, unfortunately, because of the fact that the A32NX does not support that yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to climb to 8,200 feet, and then we're going to level off and sort ourselves out here. Bit of an overreaction there on the level off. Let's sort that out. Oh, I keep putting too much nose down in. Come on now. There we go. Okay, that was a butt clencher for a moment there, guys, wasn't it? Right. Okay then. So let's rebuild the automation and get ourselves sorted out here. So I'm going to sync the track up with our current heading. And 8,200 is fine. I'm actually just going to pull that so we've got... so we'll go to a level off immediately. We'll put AP2 in, so that's going to give us a slight climb as we're just a little bit below 8,200 there. We're going back to heading. And what we'll do then is, I think we'll just... oh, shite, I've still got the speed brakes out. Right, let's try that again, guys. So... it just busted the altitude there and went to VS. Interesting. Right. Okay. Let's give ourselves a left turn. And I think what is going to be best here is we maybe just vector ourselves back over and we start the approach again on the VOR, I think. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Why does it keep reverting to VS? Right. Dude. Why will it not level off? Okay, let's just put it in myself. We'll just go to something like that. Very, very shallow climb. And we'll try and fix this. Okay, right. I think I might have followed the visual maneuvering part wrongly there. Although I don't feel like I did, but... Right, okay, so the missed approach procedure is to climb straight over the VOR towards AxisAndOhs. Now, we can't really see where AxisAndOhs is because the missed approach doesn't sequence properly on the A32NX, which is fine, but it just means that we're going to have to sort of vector ourselves around visually here. We have no issues, though. We have no issues because the highest terrain is going to be below us at our current altitude. Now, we are below MSA, so I'm not sure necessarily if this is the right thing to do, but nevertheless, we're going to try and resolve things here. So we've still got VS 100s. Yeah, okay, fine. No worries. Give ourselves a left turn. Right, guys, bit of excitement there for you. Jeez Louise. That was a bit sketch, wasn't it? That was very sketch indeed. Right, where are we here? So there's the airport. So we'll just vector ourselves across this way. Terrain does look very high ahead, doesn't it? Maybe we can just slot it through that little gap there. Right, so guys, what went wrong there? Let's have a look. So we've got the approach here. Now, we were a bit high coming in. However, I didn't think that was a big issue. So 3 miles, we were to start the right turn. You can see here the visual maneuvering track. You can see it does say come in like this and back round. Now, maybe I just didn't turn sharply enough initially, but it does seem like the margins are very small there, so I can't imagine that is the issue. This is strange actually, because the visual circuits, I mean, it does say not to scale, but you can see the arrow actually starts here a little bit earlier than where it actually appears on this chart you see here. Obviously this is a slightly different scale, but this 3 mile fix is actually just to the northwest of the runway threshold, whereas this is to the southwest. So maybe we just start it a bit earlier, and yeah, that's interesting, that. Alright, let's try again. Let's try again. Hopefully we're not going to run out of fuel. We do have the APU running. We've got 3.5 tons on board. Yeah, not doing too badly actually. And it's not capturing the altitude again, is it? Alright, well I'm just going to let it continue then in VS 100s. And then what I'll do, once it's got a bit of separation from that altitude, I'll just start another descent. And hopefully that should fix it. Right. Whew. Digbril, welcome to the chat. Xperia, welcome to the chat. Hope you guys are doing well. Zack Attack, welcome to the chat, dude. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream. Terrain, yes, indeed. We went to Aviasim, a French A320 simulator over the weekend. Very good, dude. How was it? Ah, yeah, we're fine here for the terrain, aren't we? No issues. But yeah, as you can see, guys, for the missed approach, the missed approach is from the VOR outbound towards AxisAndOhs here. Obviously, we can't really identify AxisAndOhs, so we essentially just the point at which we went around was about here, so we might as well just continue the right turn to gain some altitude and stay away from the terrain, and then come back on ourselves and vector ourselves round. I think that's a fairly sensible thing to do. Right, let's pull for open descent now. Hopefully it will capture the 8,200 this time. And we are going to get ourselves back onto that VOR. So obviously now we've lost most of our flight plan here, so we can't really see too much, but it shouldn't be overly too difficult to intercept the VOR this way. We'll just have to do a bit of old school Old school nav. Right. Alright, let's put in... This is something I forgot to do on the last time around, actually, which I should have done. NZQN 05. And we're at 8,000, or descending at least to 8,200 feet, which is where we need to be to start the approach. It's actually captured it this time. We've got Alt, fantastic. Great, okay, let's go to track, and we'll give ourselves a left turn. See if we can start intercepting that VOR. We are actually a bit further out than what you really should be here. It should be about 50 miles doing the DME arc, but I'm giving myself a pass due to the go around we just had to do there. Alright. You have to build up again your approach. I mean, we're doing a VOR approach, so I'm just gonna let it be. We're not really using the FMS data anyway for this approach, so I think we can survive. So we'll go to 072. Gives us a 30-degree intercept for the VOR. Might be too shallow, that, to be honest, but we'll see how we get on. I think my issue was there, actually. I think I've worked it out. I think my issue was I actually pulled the flight path angle. I actually pulled it a bit too late, so we were constantly trying to recapture the glide path that we wanted. And what I'm going to do actually is we're going to actually go to flaps 1. So speed is checked, and I should have actually done this before. I was just being stupid, really. On a VOR approach, you always want to make sure you're fully configured before you actually go down on the glide path. So that was my fault. Right, VOR is coming in. Let's pull FPA, and we're going to go to 3.2. And we're going to take a left turn to 032. Probably going to overshoot it, but we did start descending in a little bit better time that time. Missed approach altitude 8,200 is set. No worries at all. Let's go to flaps 2 now. Speed is checked, and we'll chuck the gear down as well. Okay, cool. So 13 miles, no altitude given. So at 12 miles, we want to be at 7,140 feet, which is looking a bit better this time, actually. If anything, we might be a bit low. So let's give us a right turn as well, so we can get back on the correct course for the VOR. And what I'm going to do this time, I think, is rather than waiting for 3 miles on the VOR, I'm just going to take a right turn when I think is appropriate in this area. Oh, baby. Okay, so I'm not looking at my altitude here. At 10 miles, we want to be at 6,420 feet. So I think we're probably a bit high, actually. Yeah, we are. Okay, so let's go 3.4. We're not as high as we were last time, so no issues there. Disconnect and fly the plane. Yeah, it probably is better than just talking, but I mean, there's no reason to really disconnect and fly the plane at this moment in time. This is an instrument approach, after all. Alright, so we just passed through 9 miles. We wanted to be at 6,060 feet there, so we're still a little bit high. But I don't think we should have too many issues again, as long as I remember to turn in time. Let's arm the ground spoilers as well. We're going to bring up the... Well, we've already got the progress page there. No issues there. Landing lights are on. Let's do a landing checklist as well. We didn't do that last time, did we? Okay, so cabin crew advised. Auto thrust is speed, auto brake is medium, ecam memo is not actually on yet, but that should be landing no blue. Okay, so 7 miles, we need to be at 5340. Okay. So I still think we're a bit high. I think I may have miscalculated the descent angle potentially on this approach, but nevertheless, we should still be okay. No issues at all. Right, so we're flying at the F speed now, which is ideal, really. I think before I start the turn, I'll put flaps 3, and we'll continue on from there. Okay, 5 miles. We wanted to be at 4620, which we're about at. So we're actually recapturing the profile, which is nice. Right, okay. So let's go to flaps 3. Speed is checked. So at 4 miles, we wanted to be at 4260, which we're a little bit high on. Nevertheless, I'm going to take manual control now, so autopilot is disconnected. Let's start that right turn. I'm actually going to put in, I'm probably going to go for the full 30 degrees of bank here, just because I'm a bit nervous from last time. Minimums continue.
2,500.
So we're going to keep up the descent here. I'm actually going to reduce the descent rate slightly and shallow out this turn. How we're looking? We're looking pretty good. Keep descending though. Keep the turning. Go back to arc here as well. Now we're looking pretty good. And I think we want to just decrease the bank angle just for now. Let's see where we are. 1.7. We're going away from the airport currently. Okay. Right. Excuse me. Let's turn in again. Probably going to go for 30 degrees again because I am a little bit concerned as well that last time we did this one I definitely overshot by quite a large amount, so I don't want to do that again. Let's keep the descent coming. We're at 3.3 miles from the airfield now, so we want to be about 1,000 feet above aerodrome level, which we're not, so I'm going to keep a relatively high rate of descent here. And there's the runway in sight. What the Pappy's saying, 4 whites currently. Let's just get a bit more of a descent coming in. We'll go to flaps full now. And we've undershot. So this is going to be quite a spicy turn onto short final here.
$1,000.
Descent rate is definitely too high at the moment, but let's see if we can still mend things here. Okay, so we've got 1 red. 2 reds now. Decreasing the descent rates. And we're looking pretty good. 500 feet.
500.
Sorry guys, I forgot about the camera.
400. 300.
Okay, 3 reds, we're fine with visual.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Oh, a bit of a float. We're down. Okay, spoilers. Decel, reverse green. Woo, baby. Okay. And to manual brakes. Fantastic. Oh, baby. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That was nice. I think I managed to get quite a nice smooth landing in the end there, actually. Did it show up on screen? What did it say? Woof! Oh dear, oh dear. I think my descent rate was definitely quite a bit too high there for the that final bit of the approach, but I didn't really fancy doing another go around. But nevertheless, we managed to wrangle it in. 122, let's go. Beauty. It said butter. Fantastic, fantastic. Alright, let's get the flaps up and the spoilers disarmed. Very tight turn here to get back on the runway. Ooh. I got my heart pumping. Holy. Right, let's get the predictive wind shear and the weather radar off. TCAS can come off. Might as well turn the transponder off as well. Great stuff. Okay, so after landing, checklist, flaps retracted, spoilers disarmed, APU is already running, radar is off, predictive wind shear is off. After landing, checklist is complete. Woof! Come on now, guys. Come on now. Oh dear. I think I managed. I think I got pretty close to the center line as well, and I think I was just within the touchdown zone. I just floated it a tiny bit there, didn't I? But I think it's acceptable. Right then, let's get the GPWS back on. Gen 1's still faulted, but no worries. Oh. I'm looking forward to seeing the replay of this, guys. This is going to be epic. What did the passengers think? Perfect, well done. Ah, you see. Can't go wrong. 92% satisfied. Love to see it. Love to see it. Well, it was slightly better than last time, wasn't it? Last time we absolutely slammed into the ground when we did this approach before. Things like that make the stream interesting. Yeah, it certainly is, isn't it? Certainly is. I think I made the right call there by going around. I was definitely about to fly into that mountain, wasn't I? Right, okay, so let's come off here. I'm probably a little bit fast for that first turn, so let's take the second one. And here we are, guys. Welcome to Queenstown. This is iniBuild's Queenstown. Absolutely fantastic scenery. Okay, might as well get all the lights off here because we're coming straight into the apron. We'll get the strobe lights off as well. Oh, There we go. Beautiful. Oh my lord. That felt like it was even harder than last time. What approach did we did one of the RNAV approaches last time, didn't we? Let's see. Which stand, guys? Which stand? Let's go in this stand actually. Number 3. We need a marshaller. Oh, bugger, I've overturned. Oh, too fast. There we go. Bit heavy on the brakes. Is it going to roll a little bit? No, it's not. Let's just put the parking brake. Thank you very much for the reminder there, my dear. Right, let's stop the replay here, and I'm going to go ahead and save that. Because as we know, as soon as you shut down the engines using this tool, it wipes the replay. So let's go ahead and save it. It's just going to take a second. Thank you very much, Manacle. GG indeed. GG indeed. Glad you guys enjoyed that. That was freaking epic, wasn't it? Carl says, brilliant flight, mate. I love how you talk us through everything. Look at those graphics. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Carl. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, it was great fun, wasn't it? Great fun. Yeah, absolutely stunning area, isn't it? Hey, we've got Hotshot in the chat, guys. Welcome, Hotshot. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Bobby, what do you think of the new passenger and ambient stuff? I know you're used to Pack X, so I wanted to get your opinion. Yeah, absolutely love them, actually. Really, really nice. We were just... I think today is really the first time I've properly sort of paid attention to them, if you like. So, yeah, really enjoying them, actually. What I did was I used self-loading cargo and actually just turned off all the sounds on this, basically, so that we could listen to those. And, yeah, I'm a big fan. I love how the sounds are sort of, you know, specific to different areas of the aircraft, so you can only hear the passenger ambience while you're in the cabin and stuff like that. I think that's really cool. And... the sounds in just in general, they are just, you know, they're pretty spot on, I think. Oh, and a question I had for you, Hotshot. So I've been asking the chat all day and no one's given me an answer. Is the guy who does the announcements, is that V1 Simulations who does those? By the way, chat, if you're wondering, Hotshot is the developer who did most of the sound stuff for the A32NX mod. In the chat. Oh, it is V1 Simulations. Fantastic. Good to know. Amazing. Brilliant. Yeah, I really like them, mate. I really like them. Damn, this replay has taken a long time to save. Also, if you shut down engines and beacon off, you hear more seatbelt clicking in the cabin. Amazing. I'm going to actually check that out right about now once this replay has decided to save. Yeah, very good. Very nice work, as always. Wow, this is taking some serious time. We'll get there eventually, chat. We'll get there eventually. I'm not sure if there was an issue with the scenery. I can't remember if you could call in the stairs or not. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the passengers off here, but we'll see what happens. Zane says, when I want to use a fly-by-wire, it shows me the telex configuration, so I can't use the aircraft on the simulator. Huh. I'm not sure why it would do that when you just load in. Interesting. I would recommend probably speaking to someone in the Fly-by-Wire Discord about that one. I can't remember exactly what it is that it's showing you there, to be quite honest. Damn, it's taken forever to save. Holy. What graphics card have I got? I've got a 3080. There we go. Saved. Fantastic. Okay, let's shut down the engines then, and we're going to listen to these extra cabin sounds here. Let's get a nice little... Which side is best? There, that one, I think. Right, so APU is already running. We get the APU bleed on. Turn off both the engines and the beacon light and the seatbelts. Oh, a little bit of a something happened there. Oh, there we go. There's the seatbelt signs. Oh, brilliant. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, there we go. We can get stairs here. Fantastic. Alright, great stuff. We've got external power avail. Let's see what's going on out here. Alright, cool. Fuel pumps can come off. Might as well turn the APU off now. APU's been working hard for us today. And what we can also do is nothing else. I think we've done everything. So let's do the parking checklist. Yellow electric pump is off, APU bleed is off, engines are off, seatbelts are off, external lights are as required, fuel pumps are off, parking brake is on. Parking checklist complete. Let's get the passengers off. Great stuff, guys. That was super, super enjoyable there. Absolutely epic, epic approach into Queenstown here. Looking forward to having a look at that replay momentarily, and yeah, we'll have a look at that. So before we do that, however, let's have a look then at the landing report on SimToolkit and just see how close to centerline I was. I don't think I was too close to centerline, but I don't think it was too bad. Right, okay, so 130 feet per minute, 1.04 G, so pretty good. Our landing speed was 133 knots, so actually a little bit quick, actually. I think the VLS speed was 129 or something like that, so maybe a little bit high. But let's have a look at the report. Alright, okay, centerline deviation 7 feet. Not bad at all, and we were pretty much bang on there, to be honest, guys. I mean, obviously a little bit after the aiming point here, which seems to be where the majority of the aircraft land here, but not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all. So, yeah. I do wonder what these markings are for, though. I'm not sure what these ones are for. I've never seen those at any other airport, but nevertheless, we got touchdown zone, we got centerline, and we got the landing rate. Can't really go wrong there, guys, considering how eventful that approach was. Love to see it. Love to see it. Last 3 passengers are getting off now. Let's see what they have to say. See how they're going to grade me. I think it's going to be high, isn't it? 87% satisfaction. A-. Okay, so why did we get an A-? Because we were delayed on the arrival. That was it. Obviously, we had to go around. I guess probably we didn't report the go-around on self-loading cargo, so they're going to mark us a bit more harshly. But never mind. We were on time departing, and we did have a 35.1 degree roll to the right at one point, which made the passengers get a bit nervous. So, oops. I guess that was probably in the go-around, but nevertheless, A-. I'll take it. I'll take it. Right then, guys, so we're not going to shut down the aircraft. We are going to go straight into the replay here, and we're going to have a look at how things are on the replay. So let's load that up. It is probably going to take a few minutes here to load the replay, and it will potentially crash the sim as well. So we'll see what happens. See what happens. All right. Hotshot says, I'm glad you like it. Thanks for giving it the chance. Soon enough, there'll be more custom airline announcements. Amazing, dude. Yeah, look forward to it. EasyJet will be the first one. Great stuff. Amazing. Great work. Great work, Boris. Thank you very much, dude. Yeah, I look forward to hearing them. In fact, any commit you do on the Flybywire Discord, I'm always very keen to have a look at what you've done, to be honest with you. So, yeah, always got my eye out for your little improvements there. Well, I say little, you've done quite a lot, haven't you? So, all right, let's see. Manchester to Dubai has got to be the first A380 flight. Can't wait for that. Yeah, I mean, that would be quite a good one, wouldn't it? That'd be quite a good one. Pretty classic route. Well, whenever you could deboard with the WB. Not sure what the WB is there, Mariner, but I'm glad it helped nevertheless. Beautiful. Oh, I think I must have missed a message in the chat, haven't I? Anyway, guys, while the replay loads, I'm just going to nip away for a minute, and I'll be back, and then we'll check out the replay. So bear with me. Oh, it's finished already. Brilliant. Brilliant. All right then, chat. So before we go any further, let's actually just have a quick look at the flown track on Volanta, actually, because I'm intrigued to see how I did on the turns there. So if I come in here and we have a look. So obviously this is the go-around we did initially, and this was the second approach. So yeah, I think obviously we cut it into tight to come on to final here, and we were also a bit high. Now I think I could have done better there by actually instead of, I could have probably come out, I'll draw in pink here. So what I could have done is I probably could have taken this turn a bit later here, and that would have given me a bit more room to descend. And it would have given me a bit more room to align on the center line, I think. I mean, on the charts, it does say no visual maneuvering past about there, I think. So we definitely could have probably cut it in a bit wider here. And then that would have given us more room to descend and things like that. So, again, it's just one of those things. It's a visual maneuver. You know, it just takes experience to know this kind of thing, really. You know, there's not that much information about this approach online that I've managed to find that's useful anyway. So, yeah, I think that's probably something I'll do next time if, yeah, when we do it again, which we will be doing again because that is such a fun approach. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, you can do deboarding through the weight and balance page. Oh, amazing. I did not know that. So if I go in here, it's probably gone now, I guess, maybe. Boarding starts. Yeah, maybe I'm too late. I don't know. I think if I press that now, it's just going to start boarding again, isn't it? Anyways, let's have a look at the replay then. Oh, this airport scenery is great, isn't it, guys? Fantastic. Right, hopefully this doesn't crash the sim when I press play.
Pull up.
20. Retard.
Okay, you've got to ignore all the
20.
warnings here.
10.
Right, let's come outside. Oh no, that's not good, is it? We've got the cargo door open still. Oh dear. Okay, can we fix that? Everything is going wild in here. It's like there's a ghost.
400. 120.
Right, can we fix the door at least? I don't think we can. We're just gonna have to cope with that, guys. It's just Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right. Okay, so let's scrub forwards a little bit. I'm just gonna do this carefully so I don't crash the sim.
2,500. Retard.
Just ignore all the
500.
bleeps and stuff.
2,500.
Right, let's just watch the missed approach initially because I'm interested to see what that looked like, but we're not going to watch it in too much detail here. Right, let's set up the camera first though. So, right, why is the camera not working properly? Hang on. Huh. Interesting. Let's just try this. I'm just intrigued to see how this works here. No, that's not good. Okay. Why is the camera like that? Hang on, let me just play it. Okay, that is very strange. I've never had it happen that. Never had it do that before. Interesting. Alright, we'll try it anyway. I'll just pause it there. I'll speed up the drone camera so I can do this fairly quickly. There we go. Where's the airport? Just below us there, I think. I know, just behind. Okay, so a bit further out than I thought we were, but let's go for about there, I think. And we'll play it. You have to ignore the glitchy gear as well. It's obviously just an issue with the replay and just Microsoft Flight Simulator in general, isn't it? I wonder if we'll be able to hear the engine spool up, though. Oh, the fan blades aren't even spinning. That looks so weird, doesn't it? Right. Maybe we skip it on a little bit here because I think we're a bit. Oh, okay, there we go. Right, there we go. Okay, so here we go with the go around. So I'm doing the turn. Oh, you can actually hear the engine spool up. There we go. There's the application of Toga, flying towards the mountain and pulling up. Oh, we were very close there, weren't we? We were very close. I'm intrigued to see what that looks like from close to the ground now, so let's just try that. Actually, no, that's not going to work, is it? okay. So this is the issue with this replay tool. It's a little bit restricting on how you set up the cameras and stuff. Right, here we are. Roughly. Are we in the right place? I think we must be at the airport there. Right, let's see how it looked from down here. Let's see how it looked. There's the toga coming in. Oh, look at that camera going all inverted. Oh, it looks so very close from down here, doesn't it? But it wasn't too bad, I don't think, overall. All right, fair play, fair play. Let's have a look at that second approach then. So,
5, 200.
I'm just gonna scrub this slowly. So I apologize for the sounds, guys. But if I move the slider very quickly, it's just gonna crash the sim. So
Retard. 2,500. 2,500. 2,500.
we'll get there eventually. We're coming to the turn onto final here.
2,500. 2,500.
Right, here we go. This is what we all want to see. Oh, fuck. Hang on. At least it plays back the engines properly on the on this replay tool. On the other replay tools, the engines just don't really play properly. Right, here we go, guys. Are you ready? Have the music? Have I run out of music here? Okay, I have, haven't I? There we go. Does it play back the flaps properly on this one? It looks like it does, actually. Right, here we go. So, I'm taking manual control somewhere around this vicinity. We'll obviously know because I do an immediate right turn. Here we go. Right turn coming in. I'm trying to get a perspective from sort of the ground so you can see kind of how it looks from the ground, but it's a bit of a pain to set it up, to be honest. Looks pretty cool though. I felt like I was much tighter into this mountain than I actually was, actually. Okay, I'm quite tight into the mountain there. So it's this part here. So guys, I should have flown further out this way and then turned in a bit later. But I think I turned in about probably somewhere around here, I think. About halfway across. Because it's so hard to judge because obviously you can't really see the runway at all. But the MCDU did help us a little bit there, so... Mozart, welcome to the stream from Moscow. I hope you're doing well. Malon, welcome to the chat. And yeah, absolutely stunning scenes here in New Zealand. Oh, I didn't even get halfway across before I turned. So yeah, definitely turning in a bit early there. So here we go. Just have to ignore the cargo door. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's no baggage in there, so we're not raining down bags onto the residents of Queenstown. Alright, here we go. Coming on to final approach. This is where I realise I'm a bit high. And I've definitely undercut the turn as well by a fair margin. How we do here. So this is where I get back onto the profile, and I'm intentionally going a little bit low, and then I think I overcorrect. I actually overcorrect because I feel like I'm getting a bit too low, and then I end up a little bit high, I think, but I think we managed it in the end. So we got onto centerline in decent time. We're 500 feet above ground level when we got onto centerline, which is really the stabilized approach criteria. And there we go, coming over to the center line and into the flare. A little bit too much of a flare there. Oh, no, not too bad, I suppose, but yeah, not bad at all. Let's go. Carl, thank you very much for the 200 stars, by the way. Thank you very much, dude. Much appreciated. Very generous. We are going to have to watch that again, though, guys. Let's see. I really want to try this camera out, to be honest. I feel like... Let's see what happens if I go like this. How well does it track the plane? It doesn't track the plane at all. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to try that camera out. That's useless. Oh, look at that. It actually plays back the spoilers as well on this replay. Very good. Right. Okay. So let's stop that. And we'll come back and do... Oh, no. There we go. It's crashed. Ooh. That's annoying. That's annoying. Oh, well, chat. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave it there. It's going to take a little while to boot the sim back up and whatnot. So, yeah, we're going to have to leave it there, unfortunately. So, I do apologize, but such is Microsoft Flight Simulator. I hope you enjoyed the replay anyway. That was still quite cool to watch. And, yeah, really, really fantastic approach there, guys. What I'll do, I think, is we'll try and watch it again. We'll watch the replay again at the start of the next stream. And we can watch it again from a few different views and just enjoy it there. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream today. That was pretty interesting, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that. So, yeah, that really got me, really got my heart pumping there. All right, guys, well, that's going to be it from me for today. So, if you liked the stream today, do consider hitting the thumbs up or liking the stream on Facebook on your way out. I really appreciate you all being here and for all the support today. Thank you very much, whoever sent stars. So that'd be Carl and Stephen. Thank you very much, guys. And thank you to all the new follows and subs today. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday evening. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Next stream is going to be on Tuesday evening. So stay tuned for that. It'll probably be around mid-afternoon, sort of Zulu time. Somewhere around 3:30, 4:30, something like that. So I'll catch you guys on Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And to anyone that was wondering, I think Mariner and I think Asa was wondering if I was going to do the return leg. As you can see, not going to manage that tonight. And I don't think I have time, unfortunately. I haven't had any tea yet, so I could do with eating. But nevertheless, guys, hope you have a fantastic Sunday evening. Absolutely fantastic stream. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And bye-bye for now. Awkward. There we go. Alright, take it easy, guys. Catch you in the next one.